great to be here.
Hello, everybody. Hello. How are we doing tonight? How are we doing tonight? It's a Saturday. I hope that everything's going well for you. Hope you had a good start to your weekend and all that. Hi, everyone. One, thank you so much for your 25 months using your Prime. That is a very long time. That's over 2 years. Thank you so much for spending that much time here. I really appreciate it. Also, Liz, thank you so much for the 7 stream streak, a full week of watching my streams. That means the world to me. Thank you. Hello. Crazy seeing you. Crazy seeing me here, right? Hi. You're beautiful today. You're all beautiful today. What the heck? Thank you. I just like threw makeup on last minute. So today is what I'm calling part 1 of our sub goal mediumship stream. At the end of last year, at the very last week of December, we hit the sub goal to have a mediumship stream, and I realized as I was getting ready, this is definitely going to need to be a 2-part stream. So those of you who wanted a Saturday stream and those of you who wanted a weekday stream, we're getting both, okay? Because I'm gonna finish this up on Tuesday. But I woke up, and as I was talking, I had a lovely reading with Eliza today. As I kept talking, I kept losing my voice, and I am intermittently losing my voice, so I'm gonna have to take it slow. And also, there's gonna be so much information like dumped on you at once that we definitely need to spread this out. And also, like, I'm just not feeling the best, and I want to make sure that when I try to bring through people, like when we actually do the mediumship part, that I'm feeling the best I can. We're gonna take it slow, see what happens today. But first we're gonna go over like the basics of what mediumship is and like how you can do it, because everybody can do it. What I learned in my training, I'm gonna share like some of the basics of like my training. What I learned is that everyone can do it.
It's great to be here.
Everybody can do it. Oh my goodness. Referee, thank you so much for the 30 stream streak. That is such a long time. Thank you. Thank you. Riley, hello, welcome. Also, Mom, thank you so much for 41 months. I can't believe that's how long I've been doing this. Mom, thank you. Thank you. Also, you kicked off a hype train. Look at you. Now you get that little like hype train conductor badge. I'm pretty sure you do. So yeah, we're gonna do that tonight. How are we feeling? How's everyone feeling? Is that all right with you? I'm so sorry that I haven't been able to be like as consistent as I want to be, because like, listen, like Bree said, I've been sick for the last 2 months, and I wish that things were better. I really do. I'm still feeling like so drained from being sick and the medication. So much so that I have a cup of coffee here. So I'm drinking my coffee, and we're gonna get started on like the very, very basics here. So let me crack into my notebook. I was just going over this in preparation for this stream. So I took this class in 2020. And I learned a lot, and I could probably recite a bunch of it off the top of my head, but I want to share like my notes, like the things that I thought were the most important to share about it. But I also do feel like there are some people here that are trying to come through already. Like, I can feel them. So we'll see who comes through. So how I'm going to do it when we actually do get to the mediumship part is I'm going to, there's 2 different ways. Let's just start off. Every medium has like their own style, right? Cute mug. Thank you. The cup is so soothing. This was a gift from Glitter Ashley. And every time I use it, I just think of the community, because I love it. Greetings. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hi. Thank you all for joining me tonight. So once you learn how to like connect, every medium has like their own style, and a lot of people can just like pick a random person especially if like the spirit in question just like won't leave you alone and they're like that person. But how I connect the easiest is like I will connect with a spirit coming through and then just like give you what they're saying, and if anyone can claim that, you claim that in chat, okay? But that's getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. But I just let you know, I do feel some people here. So a lot of the very beginning thing that I ever wrote about mediumship was that you need to find a meditation practice that works for you to connect, especially before you sit down and try to connect. That's what I've been doing for the last hour, is kind of like getting in like my meditative state. And look at this, is June 23rd, 2020 is when I took this class, and it feels like just yesterday. Turns out I've been doing this my whole life, you know, like on and off. Once you learn the things, you're like, oh, you know, I've really been doing this my whole life. Kind of crazy, right? So some examples that I wrote down of meditation practices that can get you in the best headspace for connecting is driving, taking a drive, sitting, you know, like classic form of meditation, a bath, just being quiet. Find what works for you and be in connection with yourself. Connection is the most important part. Okay, figuring out how you connect best to this. So I drew down a little diagram here. You're not gonna be able to see it with my lights, but about like what it looks like to connect. And I explained this in one of my other streams. So here's something that will blow your mind, chat, right? It blew my mind when I learned it. When learning the difference between being psychic and being a medium, taking a drive is a genius, right? I was like, I have loved to take drives my whole life. No wonder, like, I love doing that. It's just a meditative flow state. And I was like, oh, you know, I've been doing that since I could drive, like taking drives. That makes so much sense. Talking to my friend about one of the dreams that kind of in real life a couple days later, my friend, wait, did you dream of something that happened? That's wild. I do too sometimes. First of all, if you have any questions at all about anything I'm talking about, feel free to put them in chat. I am like I feel like I'm a really bad teacher. So if there's something that you really like want clarification on, don't hesitate to pop it in chat. Okay, because it's gonna be a lot of information. Meant to say happen IRL. Oh yeah. That's wild. It could be a coincidence, right? Okay. It could be, but when it starts happening more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times, that's when you have to be like, huh. So, are you doing paid readings tonight? Paid tarot readings are always available. Paid mediumship readings, I'm not sure if I'm there yet. This is kind of like an experiment to see if like that is something I feel comfortable charging you for, because okay, so let's go over this, right? Let's start from square one. We oftentimes think that there is something more to being a medium than speaking with spirits and dead people. There isn't. That's what being a medium is. And I learned from my teacher, that's it. Anything else, like picking up on vibes, having dreams, like you talked about, Lion Martini, just being able to be intuitive, having just like predicting things, that's all being psychic. Okay. So if you do any of that, you are a psychic. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And people can tell you that doesn't exist. That's not real. That's not evidence-based. Okay, but we know. Okay? And pretty much everyone is. if they slow down and really like take a moment to listen to the universe, right? Anybody who tells you that you have to do XYZ thing or be born special, not true. Anyone can do either of these things, okay? In fact, the very first person I ever talked to about this, who was convinced, this was way before this was, I think, 2 years before I ended up taking the class on mediumship. I met with him. He was a very, very good medium at Lilydale. Just a down-to-earth, like, really fun guy. Just like a regular
It's
dude.
great to be here.
McDoodle, thank you so much for the 26 months. Thank you so much for being here. Just like a regular guy. He was convinced that I was a medium, right? And I was like, okay, whatever. And then he explained to me that the reason why he became a medium at all was because he grew up within walking distance from Lilydale. And he was like, which is a spiritualist community where a bunch of mediums live. He's like, how do they do that? I want to know how they do that. Like, what? That sounds weird. And so he took a class and he learned how to do it. And he was like, anyone can do it. He was like, I was just a silly kid. Literally, anyone can do it. And I thought that was so funny that he just wanted to know how it worked. So he took a class, he learned how to do it. And then he said he'll get information to this day. And this is what I always talk about on stream. Like, the more you learn, you just get information. He's like, where is this information coming from? I don't know, but like, I would never think of this thing that randomly pops into my head. But when I say it to somebody and it makes sense to them and they go, I know exactly what you're talking about, but like, where did I get that information from? I don't know. It just happens. It just works. And I'm blown away every single time. And that's how I feel about doing this. Okay. This is coming from personal experience. It's something I never believed I could do. And I wasn't even sure I believed in it in the first place until I did it. So Amanda, also thank you so much for the 27 months. That is such a long time. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It freaks me out. It freaks me out too, Mavis. Right? That's where I'm at. Okay, I get freaked out by my own abilities at this point. So we've already established mediumship is just the act of talking to dead people. Okay? That's it. That's all it is. And connecting is the most important part, right? Like figuring out how to connect. And what I wrote down as the best form of connection was breath work. Focus on your breathing. Your breathing will help keep you grounded and help keep you in tune with the fact that you are here, you're alive. There's things happening. Okay? So you can do any form of breathing that you want, whether it's square breathing, like whatever, like what do they call it? Where you inhale through one nostril and you exhale through the other. There's many different forms of breathing out there. You just got to find the one that works best for you. But that is the best way to start off with your connection. And all connecting is I explained this in another stream, is we are... Thank you so much for the 5. Thank you so much, Riley. We will get to that when I'm done info dumping all of this, if that's all right with you. Is talking to guys the way you do on spirit in stream considered mediumship? Yeah, it's considered mediumship, but we'll get there. We'll get there as to why it's slightly different. Slightly. All mediumship really is especially, and this has been studied extensively by other mediums. Obviously, there isn't any like hard evidence, so this is just my experience and so many other mediums that came before me. All mediumship is we all have auric fields, right? We all have an aura. The auras have been photographed throughout like centuries, and within our aura contains a lot of information and contains like us energetically, right? What we are doing is using that. I drew the diagram to connect with spirit through our auric field. I know that sounds really out there, but that's it. I even wrote here, being a psychic is pulling into someone's energy. So you pulling the energy. Mediumship is falling into spirit, where you have it cross into your aura, like a spirit cross into your aura. You project forward. This is going to be a lot. You project your energy forward and connect it down into someone else who's alive for psychic information, right? Is this making sense step by step? The only way I can describe it is like you have to have done it. You're projecting your energy like into their energy centers to read information through them by like connecting that way. You project outward for mediumship. You want to project your energy out this way because spirits will often come through on your sides and you want to connect your energy to their energy. That making sense? When you have this visualization, I find it's a lot easier to connect if you're trying to do this yourself. When you have a visualization of like energy and where it's going for your connection, that makes it a lot easier. You don't want any distractions. And honestly, my teacher, she was like against wearing jewelry at all when you're trying to do this. As you can see, do I listen to that? No. But if you're just beginning, jewelry, clothing, anything that's gonna like sensorily distract you, sensory wise, is gonna be like hard because it's gonna make you harder to, words are so hard. It's gonna make it harder for you to feel your own energy flow and figure out where the energy is going. And she's so right when like when you're first starting, you don't want like any distractions like that because you're gonna be focusing on like how that feels on your physical body rather than focusing on like the task at hand that you're trying to accomplish. And anyone with sensory issues knows that, right? It's like when you have a crease in your sock and you're walking down the street and all you can think about is that crease in your sock and not where you're walking. That's the kind of vibe that any distractions on your body can have when you're trying to project your energy a certain way. I even wrote, if you're struggling with connecting, take off your glasses, your jewelry, because it puts pressures on your energy points. Sometimes connection to spirit is not strong, and sometimes you might feel it instantly. Okay? It just depends on the day. And it's going to depend on the person that you're trying to connect with. It's going to depend on the spirit you're going to connect with. Obviously, you've seen me instantly connect with people's guides, and it's super easy. And sometimes we have guides that like it's harder for me to connect to. It just depends. It just depends on the person's energy and the spirit's energy. So if you find it hard to connect in the beginning, don't get discouraged because like everyone's different and every single connection is going to be different. I distract myself with talking to myself, right? Sock creases are evil. Or the ones that ride down when you're walking and you have to keep pulling them back up. Do I have any questions so far? Is this helpful? Is any of this information helpful? Are you following me? Am I like going too fast? Sock is going to get me back into meditation. There's a lot of benefits to being mindful of your sensory experience. So many, not just connecting to spirit. So many. So one of the entire lessons we learned was about chakras. I'm not going to call them chakras because it's so much, that is an oversimplification of that term. I'm going to use energy centers. I'm a bit confused with projecting your energy. So, here's how I can describe it. If you're having trouble, visualize like sitting, and depending on the type of connection you want, like if you want to talk to your guides or your spirits, sit and imagine your aura or a bubble around you. Close your eyes and imagine it going out sideways. and just sit and try to listen to the energy. Like, instantly, I'm getting a horn honking as I do that. Just imagine it going out sideways, okay? And that will help you. And then just, like, listen to what you pick up on, because that's how you connect. If you want to connect to someone living, right, and gain information about what they're going through, as, like, say if I have a client and I'm trying to, like, get information about them without asking them, like, because they came to see me, and I'm trying to, like, bring forth evidence, because the whole goal when you're having mediumship with a client is to bring forth evidence. We want it to be evidence-based rather than asking them for clarifying questions, because the whole point of, like, proving that, like, what we're doing is legit is to bring forth evidence from spirit that, like, the client doesn't tell us, so we can make a successful connection, so we are clear on who we're talking about with the client, and we can prove to them that we're not just, like, making shit up out our ass, right? We're trying to be evident. This is why we call it evidence-based mediumship. So when you want to go into someone living's energy, you're going to sit there and you're going to imagine your energy projecting, your bubble projecting forward and into their energy. Big difference there between tarot reading and mediumship. Yes. And I, however, use my cards as a form of mediumship, but that is a whole nother topic, and we'll get there. I use them as a tool for mediumship, but not everyone does. Can you explain why spiritual stuff feels so thick? It's everyone's auric field. So, right, you have this auric field, you have this aura, and when you are touching auras, that energy gets really heavy, right? You're, like, literally mixing yours with someone else's, regardless of if they're alive or dead. Does that make sense? That's why it gets, like, super thick. One of my guides doing a horn honking. I'm hearing a horn honking, and I'm guessing that this person's trying to identify to me how they died. We'll get there, though. So I don't know if there was a car accident, someone died of a car accident, but the horn honking will not stop. So someone's really trying to make themselves known, but we'll get there, okay? I promise we'll get to you. I promise. Just be patient. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, good. All right. I'm glad we're making sense. We'll get to some of the questions that you're asking, like where they come through on the side. Here. So being connected to your energy centers, or chakras, as a lot of, like, new age people will call them. I'm not going to call them that just because, like, that's a whole nother conversation we can get into. That is what you're connecting to when you connect with someone living, is also their energy centers. You're, like, going down into their energy centers, and you have to have a good connection with your own to be able to connect with someone else living successfully. Like, so if you're getting headaches a lot, if you feel like you're having a lot of brain fog, you might want to do some exercises to clear your energy center that's right here. You know, if you're getting a lot of stomach aches and you're having a hard time and it's distracting you from connecting to spirit, maybe you want to get in touch with your solar plexus energy center that's, like, down by your stomach. It's really, if you want to learn, like, the 7 basic chakras or energy centers, I would definitely look into doing that on your own time for sure, getting to know what each of them represents and, like, what could be, like, out of alignment there. But it's very important to know the basics of that, to just be in tune with your own energy before you start, like, reaching out to clients and things like that, or, like, just for fun with your friends, whatever. Rebecca, thank you so much for the 38 months. Oh my goodness. I made it when you went live. I was heading home from the party. Oh my gosh. You've missed just the basics so far, but I think to some degree I've been doing some of this subconsciously my whole life. Right? When I took this class, I was like, I've learned that I've been doing this my whole life. Right? That is why being around other people is so tiring, for sure. So what you can do to like protect your own energy, that's why, if you think about it, why they say veiling works so well, you know, like wearing something on your head, a hat, protecting your head, is because what you're doing is you're projecting your energy out through the top of your head forward into other people's energy. So by covering it, you know, like with distractions, like I said, with jewelry that block your energy centers, anything that you put over it is going to block that, and it's going to stop you from projecting outward subconsciously and into other people's energy. That's just why that works so well, and it's really, really effective. I find like when I'm getting overwhelmed, I try to always like have something on a hood when I'm grocery shopping, so if I'm getting like overwhelmed, I can just like pop the hood on. It's very, very it's very, very draining. Yeah. It's one of my guys had to wear a hat. Funny. Yep. Mare, hello. Do you ever feel one part of your brain is more electric while channeling? Yeah, normally like right here. And then always when I connect, I get tingles in the back, on my back, right where my heart is, but on my back, and that's my heart like energy center connecting. I find that I connect really well with my heart, and it's bad sometimes. Wait, I saw a message I wanted. The thing about jewelry makes a lot of sense. I wonder if that's why I've always hated wearing any. It could be, absolutely. It could just be a sensory thing, but like I felt more open when I was bald too. That makes so much sense because hair is naturally like protective there. Yeah. I do that sometimes too. I always just assumed it was neurodivergent, too much stimuli. I mean, it could be that too, for sure. But like, I'm sure if you're sensitive to any energy at all, that's part of it. Where I had 98% of the time, I feel so vulnerable without it, right? My religious tradition is very different from this kind of thing that you're describing. But oh my God, we also used to cover our heads. Think about that. Think about how many like religions across the world have that in common too. It's wild, right? It's like subconsciously we all know that like something's going on here, right? Is this a good example? If you drive, your consciousness will expand and fill the space in your car. This is a different type of sense called proprioception. Mediumship is similar in the fact that you're connecting to something else other than yourself through the sense that you may not have been aware of but use even if subconsciously. Yes. So you're expanding like your aura big in the car, right? But that's very accurate, I would say. Yes. Maya, hello. Yeah, if you look up a lot of the stuff you can find online, obviously, but like it's really hard to vet sources. I learned from a teacher, but most of what you find about like learning mediumship that's legit like out there on Google will be very similar. There aren't too many different styles. It's just like this is what we have learned through doing it for a long time now. So here, I said, this is what I wrote. You lock in to receive info through your energy centers. You connect with someone else's and can feel it. That's why, like Rebecca asked, you feel someone's pain sometimes. It's because you're connecting to all their energy centers with your energy and you're feeling it in yours. My phone glitched out when my donut went through and I missed what you said. I'm getting sleepy, so if I miss you today, will I be able to catch it on next stream? Yeah, absolutely. I was just asking if it was all right to do this when I was done with all this information. But if you're okay with waiting to next stream, if you're here when we're done, great, and we can do that. I just wanted to make sure to get through all this first, if that's all right with you. I hate energy probers. Yeah, sometimes it's really subconscious and they're not doing it on purpose, but people who are who are nosy, I don't like it. This is like really turning out to be like the psychic mediumship stream and teaching you the difference between like what is psychic and what is mediumship. I feel like a lot of times it's really hard to learn like the difference and like the lines blur in spiritual spaces. So I hope this helps you realize like what information you're getting because you are psychic and what information you're getting through mediumship, and that will help you manage the energy drain of both of those things. That's why I'm always exhausted when my clients are so overstimulated. I can't stop connecting to people. Yeah, if you remember my post, I also talked about how I could feel energy flowing out of my third eye area on the top of my head. Yep, that's where it goes, and it goes right into other people's. No, you don't have to be sorry. You're totally fine. I'm so sorry this is a lot. It's a lot of info. So, okay, important. What did I write that was important? We are merging auras with strangers all the time. When your auras touch. Okay, so I drew this little diagram. I don't know if you can see about what it looks like here. You can't see it. You can't see it. Oh, wait, can you see it down here? You can. Okay. So this was the example of what we are all like as people, okay? These are our like personal aura, right? This is our little personal aura. This is our etheric aura, the big one. That is where all like our important information is held, and that's when you connect. When you touch auras with people, that's why you can get like random flashes of information. It's because you're touching auras. And that's also what we use to connect with spirit. So that's like a visual representation of what's going on. So like when you're walking by people, right, and you get close enough, your auras touch, and then you get flashes of information about people, right, without even projecting out into them. Oh my God, they're touching auras. Yeah. That's why sometimes when we're not even thinking or when we're protecting ourselves, we still get flashes of information about people. It's like, oh boy, you need to mind read your own energy field, buddy, right? Yep, that's what I call my personal bubble. That's why personal bubble, doesn't it make sense now? It's wild. Reading about energy and healing and protection is so helpful. I think that's why I've been hesitant to explore things like mediumship more, is because I want to make sure I'm protected, know how to cleanse my energy in case I encounter some icky vibes. The mediumship part shouldn't be the part where you encounter icky vibe. It's definitely the living is where you get the icky vibes from, in my experience. So it's really good to know those things. Absolutely. Absolutely. I even wrote, we're merging auras with strangers all the time. You're going to have emotions towards people when you blend auras. That's why you like meet someone, you get close to them, and you're like, I don't like that. I don't like that vibe. I don't like their vibe. No, it's because of that. Spirit connects with auras as well. They connect to us via our aura. So they will come in, get close enough, and that's how they're giving. When you start to get random information, anybody who's ever connected with a spirit who you start getting random information from, it's because they've gotten close enough to give you that information through your aura, right? Sometimes they can do it without touching your aura, but that's mainly the vibes here. That's why you connect searching outward, because the farther you can project outward, the more information you're going to get from more spirits because you're projecting farther, right? Okay. I'm like going through this and being like, oh yeah. Okay, so here we go. Opening up into mediumship and expanding our aura. Okay. here's why talking to guides is mediumship, but it's a different kind of mediumship. So there is something called the hierarchy of spirit. I've talked about this before, where each of us are at our own energetic level. Like, we're all vibrating, so to speak. I know this is going to sound really out there, okay? But in my experience, this is 100% true, and this is just my experience. Obviously, like, we all can believe so many different things, but in my experience, other mediums' experience, we all have our own unique signature. Different types of beings, right? We here on the living plane, okay, we're the bottom of the pyramid. The next level up is psychic energy, right? So once you learn how to project psychically, we want to start building up slowly to go farther and farther in our abilities. So the reason a lot of people start at psychic is because that's the next level up. That's the next energy level up. That's why so many of us can do that, because it's just like the next step up. The next step up out after that is spirit. So when you learn how to take your energy farther, that's when you're connecting with spirit. Then we go up to guides, right? And so my teacher talked about the problem with this sometimes is that people instantly learn how to go from where they are to like way up to the second to highest, which is angels. Like, a lot of people, you know, can tap into that angel frequency. And so they're instantly going way out with their energy. So far out that sometimes it's harder for them to come back down to connect with spirit, because spirit is way lower, way closer, way farther down in the energetic frequency, so to speak. Does that make sense? So for me, I've always been, it's harder for me to connect with spirits because I've always had this really easy connection to guides, and guides are one step beyond spirit. So I had to learn through my training to bring it back down to where spirit is, because I'm instantly projecting out to where guides are. And that's super easy for me to do for some reason. And I don't know why that is. It's just always been that way. So that's why I've like focused a lot of my tarot readings on connecting to your guides rather than your spirit team, your past loved ones, because that's so much easier for me to do. And I'm a baby who doesn't like to challenge myself all the time and bring it back down. Also, sometimes I just don't know if I'm ready to connect with spirits all the time. You know, like, guides are one thing, but like, so for the past 4 years, I've tried to focus on like bringing it back down to talk to spirit. But to me, it's just easier to like go way out there. So it goes earth, your higher, and like your own consciousness, your own intuition, higher self, psychic, spirit, general guides, like your guides, your spirit guides, then the master guides,
It's great
which
to
are
be
a whole
here.
different thing. Oh, babe, I love you. Thank you so much for the 41 months. How you doing? You good?
Yeah, I'm alright.
I love you.
Love you.
Master guides are master teachers. So they are like the guides of the spirit guides. Does that make sense? They're ones that take on many different souls and like pop in and out. That's what master guides are. General guides, everybody has at least one general guide that they get assigned to throughout their life that are like, here, help this poor lost soul, okay? Life on earth is hard. The master guides are like the master guides they are the spirit guides of the general guides. But in general, they like, it will be like a big event in your life, okay? Sometimes I think that like when people connect with deities online, like, you know, deity worship is very popular. And I personally also have my own deities. But I think a lot of the times people get confused that a deity is reaching out to them when it's really a master guide. Master guides come in when there is a huge life lesson to teach you, and sometimes they will name themselves to you, sometimes they won't, but it will definitely be a big event that you can't ignore, and they don't stick around forever. They just come in, especially when like there is a certain lesson to be taught in your life. So they are a step above the general guides. Then come the elders, then the ascended masters, which are the ascended masters, which are the deities. Okay, like Buddha, what I wrote was Buddha, Jesus, all the Greek gods, all those types of guides. They are on their own. They have their own energy. And this is why like all their energetic signatures feel different, right? It's because they're on a different level in this hierarchy. That's why when you connect to like, for sure, like for instance, when I connect with Venus, it feels so different when I connect with my own guides versus when I connect with my grandma. All of them will have their own energetic signature that feels so much different because they are on this hierarchy. And the higher you get, the higher the vibration will be, and you'll feel it more up here because you're getting higher and higher. You're projecting higher. You're projecting farther and farther with your own energy, if that makes sense. Then after the ascended masters and the deities is angels. They're at the highest before we get to the divine, which is just the divine source energy. The Big Bang cosmic energy that you can that NASA can hear, like the reverberations of the Big Bang. Some people call it God. To me, I like to just call it the divine in general. It's that giant cosmic universal energy that we all are familiar with. That's the highest level and reverberates out through the entire universe. It's that energy that's like so much bigger than ourselves that it's bigger than the earth. Do dead celebrities have a hierarchy? Asking for a friend. They're at the spirit level. I mean, you could say their spirit becomes an egregore. Here's the thing. Egregores also exist, which are thought forms, which are an energy that comes to life because we have given it so much energy and power through our thoughts. So sometimes I feel like dead celebrities get deified, but really they become an egregore. It's not really them. You know what I mean? This is similar to my tradition. There's earthbound spirits and elevated spirits and then divine beings. Oh, wow. Yeah. You can see this reflected in many cultures and throughout, because we're all human and all have the ability to do that. It's interesting how we all connect to this and all have throughout history written this type of thing down somewhere. It's wild the more you learn about it. Wasn't that in an episode of Supernatural? It was. I don't remember what did they call it a thought form? They didn't call it an egregore, but it is an egregore. I think it was in season 1 or 2. Would you please list them all again? I missed a couple. Here, I will show you. Here, you can screenshot this. I also can post this in the Discord if this helps. Here's the hierarchy. So see, this is you. This is what I drew. And you want to go up and out at this level with spirit when you connect with mediumship. For me, I go up and out here, and that's my issue. Is when I want to do regular mediumship with dead people, it's me having to bring my energy from up here back down here. And that's a challenge because I remember very distinctly this lesson when she was when you're going up and out, way up here, it's going to be harder you're going to have to learn to come back down because you're already connecting way up here. So it wouldn't be too much trouble at all. Yes, I will posting this. Be aware of where you are vibrating. And if you're connecting with somewhere else, you're going to miss spirit is what I wrote. And I wrote that down because I was that's what I'm doing. I am missing spirit. Yes, I will absolutely post it in the Discord. Okay, so here is a one-on-one of how to connect with spirit that I wrote down. First, you want to set an intention. Okay? I've already done that for our stream if we do get some people coming through. You want to set an intention. It could be like, please, spirit, come through. Only spirits that have my highest good in mind. And like, if you have a client, like, or a person you're doing this for, XYZ person's highest good in mind. Please make sure the information, this is what I always say. This is my intention, my go-to intention before tarot streams, before anything. Please help me pass from one world to the next with ease. Please make sure the information being brought forward is in a way that I and everyone in chat can understand. And thank you so much for this incredible gift. I always end it with a gratitude because even though we all have this ability, I still am, they make it so much easier for me, my guides, my spirits. So I always end with a thank you. And then you want to sit and breathe for like a full minute or longer. So you want to breathe. Do some breath work for 1 minute. And be clear. Okay, this is what I wrote. Ask for, I feel like this is very helpful when you read tarot as well. It just helps you get in a good mindset. Ask for spirit guides or loved ones to help you connect from one world to the next. Oh, I already said that. Okay. Always ask permission. Always ask permission. Okay? Before you start to read for someone. Is it okay if I read for you? So, for example, if we go with this car honking spirit that was trying to come through, that was blaring the horn, we identify who this person belongs to in chat. Before we start, I would be like, is it okay if I read for you? You know, you always want to ask permission. It's very, very important. And that's very important in tarot as well, I believe. This is just my personal belief, but asking permission is very important no matter what. Okay. What else do I got here? I have my notes that I wrote. Oh, I wrote, hello, I miss you. I've watched you grow up. You were precious to me. That was some spirit I was getting at the time, I guess, when I was practicing. I think that's the very basics of this. So I'll get to all your questions in chat. Does anyone else have any questions about what I've gone over so far? You've mentioned individual frequencies a few times now. Ever since starting my spiritual journey, I keep seeing content about raising your vibration / frequency / resetting it. But how does one figure out what their frequency is or vibration to start with? You don't need to figure that out. You just are that. Okay? And anybody saying that you need to raise your vibration, to me in the new age, like especially this new age rhetoric, you're about to get me on my soapbox again. Okay? So vibrations and frequencies are all what we are vibrating at naturally in this hierarchy of spirit, right? We went over it. Like step 1 is us, step 2 is our intuition and higher self, step 3 is spirit, step 4 is guides, so on and so on and so on. Those each have their own vibration, right? So spirit isn't at the top of the vibration chain. No, God and the divine and like the universal cosmic force is the highest one. Spirit is 3. Each of these has their own unique vibrations. And when we talk about low vibe and high vibe, low vibe, that has been, you just are at that vibration. And what people have subbed in for vibration is like good and bad. It's become the new like pious and sinful, right? Because when a lot of people in the spiritual community talk, you don't want to do things that are low vibration. They mean things like drinking, smoking, lying. And then, like, it's, how do I put this into words? It becomes a rhetoric to punish people for doing quote unquote bad behavior things again. And it's been co-opted by, like Rebecca said, people who have appropriated and taken a lot from other cultures without doing any research. So when we talk about raising your vibration, raising your vibration is only so you can connect with the higher levels of spirit that are out there, right? And some people think that they can sit in like the angel frequency their whole life and never experience anything bad if they raise their vibration high enough. You get what I mean? But that's just not how life works. You can't constantly be up here and just live life that way. Things are going to happen to you that are going to bring you back down. That's just how life works. And you can't magically wave a magic wand and not experience anything bad or not fight for things that are important in life. Because a lot of the times these people will use this kind of rhetoric to say, this is why I don't need to speak up for XYZ cause, or this is why I don't care about oppression. It's because that's low vibrational. That's just not how life works, okay? We're all here. We are experiencing the human experience. There's a reason why Earth and like being human is at the bottom, and it is a step, okay? You are here. A lot of the times when people get into this, they focus so much on the other spirits, so much on what's out there, that they're not living their own life in their own body, in their own energy. They're constantly searching somewhere else. And you need to be having the human experience sometimes and being here. This is why I try to be like, not living in this all the time, right? Like, I want to have a life where I can connect to all of this, believe in all of this, do all of this for you, but also like turn it off sometimes and just like go have a very human experience. Wait. Hold up. Do you still do birthday readings? Absolutely. Happy birthday, Tess. Happy early birthday. Yes, absolutely. But can I connect to the muses when I write? Yes. They would be considered ascended masters, I believe. Like with the deities. So much of it, yeah. What vibration would be Lucifer, Beelzebub? I would say ascended masters as well. Well, Lucifer would be on the angel, even though he's not. He's a fallen angel. I still think he would be in the angel category, but like, we should pay attention here too. Spiritual bypassers use that. Spiritual bypassing is so heinous and is missing the entire point of being spiritual in the first place. Spicy angel, yeah. Yeah, even the demonic entities like, you know, Beelzebub or like anything that comes traditionally from hell has their own teachings and a place at the divine table, if that makes sense. Yes. Demons are powerful friends to have and funny. Does that make sense at all to me? What doesn't? There's also people that use high vibe, low vibe, talk about it in such a way that they're chosen people. Right. No one is. It is a spiritual to new age, or new age spiritual to alt-right pipeline. It's very real, and no one is more special than anyone else. We all have this capability. We all could do this. No one is above anyone else. That's just how it is. And anyone pushing that rhetoric is a red flag person. Let's like keep your friends close and enemies closer. I mean, they exist, so they will have an energetic frequency that fits into this hierarchy. Whether or not you want to reach out to them and work with them or not is up to you. Obviously, some entities out there shouldn't be worked with, especially if they don't belong to your culture, so to speak, but it doesn't change the fact that they will still have their own energetic signature. Does that make sense? Brookie, hello! It's funny that you mentioned Earth is the lowest, but when I'm out in nature, I feel so connected. I mean, that is a great way to connect. And just because it's the lowest doesn't mean it's any more or less than the rest of it. The hierarchy is only referring to how high the energetic vibrations go in a scientific way, like, is all I can say. But just because it's the lowest doesn't mean it's any less beautiful, spiritual than being one with the cosmic force of the universe. You know what I mean? I also don't like the association with vibes and mental health, because then it makes it seem like those with mental health struggles are to blame for them because they let themselves be low vibrational, which is dangerous. Yes, and then that enforces the rhetoric that like science also isn't real as well, which scares me, because those two things can exist at the same time. And a lot of the times you'll find that some scientists are actually incredibly spiritual because what they've learned through science. It's wild. Also, I don't like how those people get when someone suffers from spiritual psychosis, because spiritual psychosis is a very real mental health condition that happens to a lot of people. And then you'll see those fucking new age gaslighters come in and be like, yes, you have just awakened. Finally, you see the way things are, when someone is clearly having a mental health crisis. And that is shit that I cannot stand. But we can't have this discussion about like how to connect with mediumship and like the energetic frequencies of the universe without talking about this, because unfortunately these people exist in the spiritual space and they ruin it for everyone else. They really do. There's something to be said for religious initiation that works within that particular spiritual tradition and doesn't really apply outside of it. Yes, also there are definitely deities out there that if they don't belong to your, or like spirits out there that if they don't belong to your culture, you shouldn't be messing with them. Okay. That's gotta sleep. Thank you. Have a great night. Have a wonderful night once. Obviously, I'm not like an expert on this in any way, shape, or form. This is just what I learned. And I told you, like, for me, why I don't do mediumship with passed on loved ones as much is because I'm already like shooting out to guides that's where I naturally connect. So for me, asking about mediumship with what I do with Spirit Guide July, that is a form of mediumship. However, it's me using it to connect to your spirit guides, and that's primarily what I do when I do tarot readings. You can use a tool. My teacher discouraged using a tool to connect with mediumship at first, because then you rely on that tool to be your thing that connects you without learning how to connect on your own. And for me, I have learned how to connect on my own. I just prefer to use it as a tool because I really understand what guides, what spirit is trying to say. When I say spirit, I just like use it in the general sense. Is trying to say through the cards. So I use my cards as a form of mediumship to connect with a level of spirit. Some people don't read it all that way. Obviously, tarot can just be like flipping over the cards and looking at the pictures and reading the symbolism. Sometimes you completely use your intuition. Only like you're only your own inner knowledge and like what you've learned to read cards. But for me, that's what I realized I was doing when I first started reading tarot. And then 2 years later, when I took this class, it all put it into perspective to me. I was like, oh, that's what I've been doing this whole time with tarot. Okay. So that's how I do it. And that's the info that we get when we read. And that's the info that I get when I do Spirit Guide July. In terms of hierarchy. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Glad we're having these discussions. Definitely what set you apart and helped me trust you when I first joined the community. Other than the community. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's very important to have these discussions, and it's very important to steer people away from spiritual bypassing and let people know that the like spiritual to alt-right pipeline is a very real, and the things to look out for on that, because it's scary out here sometimes. The intuitive thing felt targeted at me. Oh. All right, so Tess, are you still here? Happy birthday, by the way. Let's pull your birthday card. Also, Riley, if you would like, we can do your reading now, but I'm gonna try to see what information I can get from the spirits that are here, and we'll move forward with like actual mediumship if I can. I can try to get to your guides, but it'll be just interesting. This is an experiment for me because, like I said, I'm a big baby. And this is out of my comfort zone. But I'm making myself do it anyway. So we'll do that. Up to me. Is it alright if we do it on Tuesday? I feel so bad. EF Tarot, thank you, or EF, why did I say that? EV Tarot, thank you so much for the tier 1, thank you so much, thank you. I hope you're enjoying your time here. Enjoy your new moon sub badge and your cards on Wednesdays when we do tarot readings. Thank you so much. You can do it Tuesday? Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to see what else I have in here. I think that's it. That's really like the big basics that I have for all of you. I did write all this information about meditating though, if you would like me to read what I wrote on my own personal experience from meditating, because meditating is a very important part of connecting in general, whether it's to your guides or yourself. Conversations are really interesting to learn about regardless. You do whatever makes you comfortable. Thank you. Yes, please struggle with meditation. Absolutely. Okay. Tess, let me know when you're ready. Oh, are you here? Oh yeah. What would you like to ask? Think of a question that you would like to ask. You don't have to put it in chat, Tess. And then I will pull your birthday card when you're ready. Let me know when you're ready. I could have explained all that before. I was like, let me know when you're ready. But my ex was a super faux spiritual. Oh yeah, I'm so sorry I missed your message. I've been like so in my had my teaching cap on that I'm just like in the zone talking about things. So I'm sorry if I missed anyone's messages. My ex was super faux spiritual and has a very holier than thou attitude. It's such a slippery slope. It is. And I feel like some folks are just more prone to falling down that path. It's incredibly unfortunate because they're such a loud minority. Sometimes it can make communities like ours look bad by proxy. Absolutely. It does ruin it for the rest of us. And it's very sad because the whole point of connecting to spirituality is to remind you that we are all connected through spirit and that none of us are better than anyone else inherently. But unfortunately, humans, a lot of the times, will fall into an us versus them mentality and use anything to pedestal themselves to feel better because they are lacking something. And that's very unfortunate. We see that happen so often in so many different places, not just a spiritual community, and it's very discouraging. Especially when you're getting into something like spirituality, where those types of people really do make the whole community look really bad. It can be very discouraging. It's why I took like 8 months off from TikTok, because I was like, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with these people. But I'm back because I'm like, you know what? I need to be in this space because I need there to be some like more grounded energy here. I really, like, oh my god. Okay. All right. Here we go, Tess. Happy birthday. What does Amulet have to say to your question? Ego is a hell of a drug. Right. Ooh. Trust it will manifest. Trust it will manifest. Oh, okay. Is that a good one? Is that a good? Also, so many people will talk about the importance of getting rid of the ego in spiritual communities, ironically, while having the biggest ego trip of their entire lives. The ego is necessary for all of us to live our human experiences. Any spiritual teacher that tells you you need to rid yourself of ego is ridiculous. Okay, we can't live in a constant, like, state of rainbows and puppies and kittens by getting rid of the ego. The ego is part of the human experience. You don't want your ego to consume you. You need to find balance. That is the whole point. Yeah, okay, great. Yay! I hope you have the best birthday ever. I hope you have a wonderful day. You deserve to be spoiled and loved, and I hope you have the best birthday ever. I've worked very hard to build my ego back up so I can exist. Exactly. The answer to the question that basically boils down to, can I stop stressing and enjoy the next few weeks? Oh my gosh. Well, I hope you have the best next few weeks. Woo! The rest of my, oh, wait, we were going to read my meditating thing. Okay. This is my experience from meditating. Also, this was part of my Spirit 101, my Spirit Guide 101 stream I did a few years ago, where I channeled my own guides information. So some of this is directly from them as well. So meditating opens you up to receiving information. It's an important part of connecting to guides and spirit and yourself. This doesn't mean it has to be in a traditional way. My favorite way is by taking a hot bath. During one is how I learned one of my guides' names. Oh yeah, that's right. See, I'm glad I wrote all this down. Find a method that works for you. Taking a walk, vibing to music, taking a drive, lighting some incense, a bath time, anything that focuses you on the present moment. You'll then be open to receiving. Honestly, even just focusing on the present while making your coffee in the morning is a form of meditation. Anything that like gets you to focus on where you are presently and not get lost in your thoughts, to me anyway, is a form of meditation. That's the perfect time to ask the universe questions, okay? Is during your meditating. Be patient while waiting for answers and don't expect them to come in a way that you want them to. Be open to accepting other forms of answers. Focusing on the present is so hard. So hard. So hard. That's the perfect time to journal and channel, empty your mind, and write. So I find that when I'm having trouble shutting my mind off, I open my journal and I just start writing. Like whatever comes to mind. Just whatever comes to mind until the point where it's just like flowing through me, and then look back on what it says. You'll be shocked at what comes out, especially if you're trying to use it as a form of like connecting. I encourage everyone to try that at least once. It might not work for you, but for me, I was shocked when I did it for the first time. It's how I learned about my past life. Oh yeah, I just started writing and I just wrote a whole ass paragraph, and then I looked at it and it was information about one of my past lives. It was wild. So there you go. That's just my little tidbits about meditating. Okay. The rest of my book I wrote about numerology, so we'll not talk about that. Because it was very hard for me to understand. That's a whole subject. Me and numbers, we don't get along. How, if so, does that differ from a brain dump? I don't really think it does. You know? I don't really think it differs from a brain dump. I think it's just you getting connected to your own subconscious or spirit, depending on what happens. It's a divinely guided brain dump? Yeah, exactly. I have certain songs that I use to focus, but you need to be okay with Pavloving yourself in the future if you use that a lot. Yes. Yeah, I have a whole playlist of like sound frequencies I go to, so I didn't ruin like music for me. So I didn't Pavlov myself like that. I was generally curious if you or others here did think there was a difference. I really don't think that there is. It's really an exercise in getting connected to yourself, and if you happen to channel during that, that's a bonus. But it is like a form of meditation. Okay. I tried to do numerology but kept getting the same answer, 9. Is that like your life path number? Honestly, it made my brain hurt, and I tried to do a numerology stream with anyone. Anyone who's been in the community long enough might remember that stream. But my brain just cannot do numbers. I am just not a numbers person, and it was a complete disaster. Alright, so I'm going to open myself up now, and how this is going to work is I'm going to start bringing forth evidence from spirit that I'm getting, and if anyone can connect to it, please say so in chat, like metaphorically raise your hand in chat if it's connecting with you, and then I will come to you and ask you for more information. Like I said, this is very much out of my comfort zone, so we're just gonna see what happens. But yeah, let's see what comes through. I've never done this before. I mean, I did this before in my training with one lady, and obviously I do it all the time with spirit guides, but I've never done it with like loved ones. All right, let me just sit here for a minute. Oh, we were talking about why spirit comes in from both on the side, and I'm not sure. Someone asked why they come through on the side. I'm not sure, and my teacher wasn't sure either. She just noticed a pattern, and she said that when you're connecting with people, it will depend on how they connect with you, but for the most part, they will come to one side, and it will be a side that they favor. For me, they come in through the right side, and it's very common that passed on people come on the right side. People who are astral projecting, who are alive, that you can connect with, because that is another thing that can happen, is that people can astral project, and then you could connect with them that way. Will come in oftentimes on the left. It could be reversed for you, but an indicator of who you're talking to, whether they're alive or dead, will be like on which side they stand. For me, they stand directly behind me. And I was taught, if they stand directly behind you, tell them to come to the side, because they'll just stand and stare at the back of your head and be creepy. If you don't tell them to come to the side, you can be like, can you come to the side, please? And they'll come to the side. I'm getting my grandpa coming through. Thanks. Thanks, Grandpa. He said, hey, Ed's here. It's... Because my grandpa's name's Edwin. Like Edwin. And he was like, Ed's here. Okay, thanks, Grandpa. I need someone else to come through. He says hi, chat. Okay, so this makes sense that he's coming through, because when I went to Lilydale and I got a reading from a medium, he came through and he wanted to say that what I do is amazing. He thinks that the community that I've grown and all of you in the community are amazing, and he thinks that all of you are truly going to go on to change the world because you have like such wonderful energy, and he thinks that what we're doing is like amazing. He brought that up during my own mediumship reading, so it makes sense that he would pop in, because he would want to say hi, because he loves all of you and he thinks you're great. I'm seeing him very vividly in my mind in his like work attire. I wish I could show you a picture of him, but he's just like in his work attire being here. He said he's gonna bring someone forward. Okay. I'm getting someone who is younger. I would say like, sometimes I see spirits that are passing through the area and always at my peripheral, always in the peripheral, always. They love to scare the shit out of you that way. Oh, they're all saying hi. That's cute. You're all cute. This person is like, I would say late teens, early 20s, definitely younger. Has like cropped brown hair to like here. Has a connection with a name like Marianne. Anything like that resonating with anyone? She's saying that you have a box. You have a box. That you keep things in. That maybe she gave you? Or there's something between you and this box. Between you and her. It's like wood and has like, I don't know, like engraved wood. Is this resonating with anyone? I don't know who my grandpa brought forward, man. My name is Marianne. My mom's name is Marianne? Oh. Okay. Maybe? Is connecting with anyone? Is the box thing connecting to anyone separate from a younger person with a like a cropped hair? Or these, maybe these two things are separate? I had a friend in high school named Mary who passed later in life. Okay, so she might be showing herself when you knew her. Could be that for sure. I'm getting the sense that these they might be connected, but I feel like we could be going two different ways. I have a carved box, but I'm not recognizing the person. Is it like a wood carved box? So what we do in this case is, if you're picking up on some of the things, but not all of them, I would definitely take whatever message this person is about to say. But however, Immortal Alerter, I'm going to touch in with you directly if that's okay with you. But everyone else who is potentially connecting to this, I would definitely listen. My mom's name is Maria. She always had short hair. I have her jewelry box. But is a hand, but is hand painted? Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. What does she have to say? All right. She's showing me journaling. And she's saying you need to do this. So I don't know if she's telling you to write. She really wants you to be doing something with writing. Does any of that make sense to you? To anybody who this was resonating with? Specifically writing. This person wants you to write. Like, is convinced that writing is going to connect you to something way bigger than you imagined. Oh, so she journaled a lot, so she wants you. Sure. So here's the thing that also my teacher warned about, right? Like the spirit guides, they always have your best interests, right? They want you, they'll give you good advice. Spirit, not knocking you. Not knocking you, girl. Okay. I'm not saying that you're giving bad advice. But she was like, if this person that you're trying to connect with lived a very messy life, do you want to really be taking advice from them? They will have their own opinions. Different from guides, spirits, passed on loved ones will have opinions. And they still think that they're right sometimes. And it's up to you whether or not you want to listen to that. However, guides, spirit guides will always have your best interests in mind. So that is the difference between connecting with spirits and spirit guides. Guides will always be like, hey, this is just a suggestion for making your life better, but we always want what's best for you. Spirits will always have opinions still. And some of them, if they were like sassy and wanted it their way in life, they could still be like that on the other side and haven't learned yet. Okay. So I'll just be very clear about that up front. So she wants you to do that. Okay. She's saying, bring a little bit of that to your life, because she's like convinced that this is the key. Okay, this is the key to your life. Also, there's like a necklace here. Do you have a specific necklace that you go to? There's something about a necklace that she's pointing out. A lot of the times they point out jewelry to me, and I don't know if it's because I like jewelry and they try to like connect, but like, she's like, when you put on this necklace, think of me, okay? Think of me. She's like, I'm around way more than you might think I am. Okay. She's pointing out, do you smell a particular smell sometimes when just randomly out of nowhere? She's like, that's me. Okay. So if you haven't smelled it yet, be ready to smell it. Okay. It's not going to be bad or anything. Yes. Okay. Yeah. She's like, that's me. I'm around more than you think. She was like, I don't really have, she's like, I don't have a lot to do on the other side. Okay. I want to connect with you because we had fun together. Okay. I like being around the people I had fun with, and I want to see you have fun again. She's also letting me know that, like, okay, if you get a random idea to write something down, if this is like plot related, like to like an idea that will like turn into a story or something, she's like, I'm dumping that in your head. Okay. She wants she wants you to know that she's like dumping that in your head. She's showing me like bonking you with it, almost like hitting you with a book, like, boop, here it is now. Okay. She's really on this like, you need to write kick. Do you have a laptop? She wants you to take your laptop outside. Okay. She's saying buy a laptop and take it outside. You'll be inspired there. She would write stories. I've gotten stories like that out of nowhere. Okay. Bill, that's her. That's her. Definitely. Sir Alexander, hello. Hello. She's saying, that's all I mainly wanted to say. And mainly right now, I just want to see you laugh your ass off again. And that's really all she has to say. But she wants to let you know that she is around you, probably way more than you think she would be. And that she's become your, like, little guardian angel. And really thinks very strongly that you should be a writer. Absolutely. Even if it's just on the side. So she was like, that necklace, that smell, think of me. She's like, I think of you very fondly. I hope that you think of me very fondly as well. And I'm going to leave that with you. I hope that all resonates. I will sure connect with her more from now on. It's wonderful to hear from her because she had a not so nice ending. Oh, but I loved my time spent with her, and she always stood up for me and pushed me to do stuff. Oh. I'm gonna cry. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that on our first try, we connected who belonged to who. We can say thanks to my papa for that because he brought her forward. He was like, I saw in my mind's eye him grabbing her by the wrist and like dragging her forward, because a lot of the times when like we have an open forum like this, it's like a free for all, right? They're all trying to get their messages because they all think they know best out into the world, and the ones who are more shy get lost, or who don't want to fight to be in the front will oftentimes get lost. So he brought her forward. So I'm going to pass this on to my other friend who was close to her as well. We were close friends in high school. She'd love to hear these messages from Mary. Aw. And like, I just went over the basics of mediumship earlier in the stream. Obviously, it's very important as you get deeper into it that you want to bring the evidence forward, right? Like, you want to lead with what you're getting from them, because they'll just like input it in your brain. It's kind of like it's like a journal dump for your brain. They're dumping it into your brain in whatever method it comes to you. And you want to take this information, as weird as it might sound to you, like, right, I was getting that what she physically looked like and then dumping it, because you want to bring forth the evidence. You don't want to like lead. So just say it. My teacher was like, just say it, even if it sounds crazy, just say it, because that's how you connect and that's how you bring forth the evidence, rather than asking leading questions. Does that make sense? I just wanted to touch on that a little bit because that's a little bit more advanced part of it, but like the evidence part is very important. Can these spirits who come forward become part of someone's spirit team after making an initial connection? Yeah, I would say a lot of the times when they want to connect so bad, it's because they are on your spirit team in one way or another. Whether they pop in and out, like for example, my grandma and grandpa, like my papa who's here and my grandma, they're on my spirit team now, but it took a really long time for them to, like, when they passed. My papa's been gone since 1998, and my grandma's been gone since 2012. It took them until like this year to regularly start coming around, because they were like off doing shit, and they still aren't always here. They go off and do shit and then like pop in and out once in a while. But yeah, I would say they're making a connection because they have a strong connection to you. And sometimes someone will come through who has a message for someone else, which is annoying, because like you're just going to get a mediumship reading and you're like, oh, what am I going to learn about myself? And they're like, I need you to tell this person this thing. And you're like, okay, thanks. But for the most part, they're connecting with you because they're on your spirit team in one way or another, I found. How would you connect with a past loved one or spirit that has reached out to you that you used to know? Me personally, or you, like, okay, if you want to connect with someone that you used to know, you can call for them by name, or you can get like something that's like personally related to them that you have, like a object or something. You could light a candle for them, but most of the time, if you ask and they don't come to you, it's because they're not ready to yet, or it's not the right time to connect. But you can always try. Does that make sense? Hey, hun. Your Aunt Edith over at Shindig. Okay, bye. Yep. Yeah, so, for example, I paid for a mediumship reading with a medium at Lilydale, and my message was, hi, this is your Uncle Roger, who he had passed away probably 6 months before this. Apparently he pushed to the front of the line. The medium was like, he doesn't know the rules about being dead yet, and that you have to line up and wait your turn. He pushed to the front of the line. He was very annoying, and he said, I just wanted to let you all know that I'm fine. I hadn't seen this uncle since I was like 12 years old. And then, in the same reading, my brother's father, because we have different fathers, came through and wanted to give my brother a message. And my brother's ex-roommate came through and wanted to give him a message. And I'm like, what is this? Go contact him yourself. Please. It's because oftentimes I found that with me personally, because I'm on I still am on some spiritual journey where like the spirits can't let me know what's happening and have been told like, we can't tell you more. There will oftentimes be no message from me. So that leaves people who are connected to me, they get a free for all, and they're like, oh, let's use this opportunity to be the messenger, have Morgan be the messenger, because she can get her own info. All right, let's see who else we got coming through. Let me see. Yep. Well, yep. So relatable. Yes, I know, Rebecca, you're on a similar journey. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's so frustrating. All right, the honking won't stop. The honking. I'm getting the sense that this is a very formative memory that you have with this person. Not necessarily how they pass. This person who's honking the horn, it was like a formative memory that you have with them. Of them road raging in a car with you. And potentially scaring you. Does that make sense to anybody? Like, they're definitely cussing. They're being like, what the fuck? That's what they're showing me. I don't know if they're doing that at you, maybe. I don't know. Does somebody have really bad road rage here? That's so vague. Yeah, I'm trying to get more info from them. Okay, this is like a woman in her mid-40s. She said the 90s were her time. The 90s were her time. Is this someone who the 90s was their time, who would have been like middle-aged when they passed? standing behind me now. Can you please come to the side? Please. Sounds like your mom. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to get more information from her. She's calling someone sweetie. Sweetie. Maybe me. But she would have used like sweetie as a term of endearment for sure. She said that she's all alone on the other side. So not someone who doesn't have a lot of close family on the other side. Or maybe she's saying you're all alone. You feel all alone. I don't, can you help me, please? They're all, okay. You're saying you're all alone. You feel all alone. Whoever this is that they're trying to connect with feels very alone. And I know that's also super vague. She's also showing me a gun now. She liked to shoot. She liked to shoot. Question mark? That's the vibe that we're getting from this. Is anyone resonating with this lady? Maybe the gun relates to like detective shows? Like procedural shows? I'm getting... She liked to sit down and watch procedurals with cops and stuff. She was raised in the mountains. Oh. I don't feel like I'm connecting with you. I could be. Maybe. Can you give us some more info? Like, I'm trying not to, like, because I know some of you in chat, like, your names and, like, you better than others. I'm trying not to, like, feed them information to have, like, confirmation bias. So I'm just trying to make sure, like, we got the right person. My grandmother hunted? Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely getting the vibe that the gun is from procedural. So you said your mom used to watch Criminal Minds and True Crime with you. Okay. Did she love clothes? I'm getting the vibe that like this person loved a good fit. Specifically a striped shirt. There's something about a striped shirt that she like wore all the time. This person, she keeps showing it to me. It's very like 90s style. This was like their favorite shirt. And I'm getting the M names. M names. We know they M names. In the whole family. Also, I'm feeling a grandmother step in now as well. Being like, okay. This is like a whole maternal line. Needing to connect with someone. So if it's you, Mavis, we have some connections here. So I'm going to touch in with you if that's okay. We had very different styles. Was she like a jeans? Just a jeans and a top type person? Is that like... She might not have been extravagant about it, but she liked the clothes. Like, she liked clothes. Because she's just showing me in jeans and a top fit. But she loved her uniform. Like, her personal style. Striped sweater from SpongeBob. Oh my god. Yes, very much. She liked Trevor. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna touch in with you. Anyone who's out there, if you don't want to come forward, that's fine. But if you think you're connected with this, take whatever resonates from it. Like, you might want to listen to it as well. But I also keep hearing this specific song, Blue Hair by TV Girl. Have you ever had blue hair? Or do you like that song at all? Because I keep hearing it. Well, the whole maternal line is here. Okay, so we got that. We got the grandma coming in, and I honestly feel like they're letting me know that like this goes back so far beyond your belief. Okay, like extending back. They want you to know collectively that they are all on your side. Okay, they are watching over you. You have this huge collective of supportive women helping you through things. Okay. I keep seeing big ass boots. Okay. This is very important. Like stomper type platform type of boots is what I keep seeing. Do you own something like that? Because she's like, put those on. If you don't have them, she wants you to get some. She's like, put those on and you'll feel like you can take over the world. Okay. You can take over the world. You can step on anyone in your way. You have my permission to do that. If you have been feeling really alone, you are not alone. She is there like all the time. All the time. And nobody gets to run over my baby, metaphorically. Okay, I'm adding metaphorically. She said no one gets to run over my baby. All right. Boots with the fur. Yes. All right. She's letting me know that the horn honking, the swearing, the yelling. All right, this is gonna sound weird, but she's like, this might be an upcoming event in your life. All right, and when it happens, and if you start honking the horn or getting into a situation where like you're in the car with someone like road raging like that, you're gonna think back to this moment and remember, shit, she's here with you all the time. It's Marie. We have another similar name. I feel like she came through because we had the similar name. Was her name similar to that? The past, like Marion, Marie, like along that vibes? Because I feel like we have like, I invited anyone that had a similar name to come through. But she's like, you're gonna think of me, Maria. Okay. All right. She's just basically in the least creepy way I could put this, okay? She's basically saying to me and showing me that she has her arms around you all the time, okay? And that as difficult as it is to be separated, she's acknowledging how this has been a very difficult thing for both her and you. She's learned, especially recently, that you'll never really be apart, okay? You'll always be together. And she's like, there's no rush on this, but eventually you'll be back with her, okay? And that whatever needed to be fixed between you, nothing needs to be fixed, okay? You'll be able to spend so much time together on the other side, but obviously she's like, there's no rush on that. All right, no rush. And she's like, I know it can be difficult at times now, but she's always there for you now. And whenever you get very strong urges, very, very strong urges to completely divert the direction that your life is going and do something that betters yourself, right? She's like, that's coming from me. She's like, I don't want to take too much credit for this, okay? I don't want to take too much credit for it. but it is coming from me. She's guiding you from the beyond. And she is so proud of the person that you are becoming and blossoming into, especially during some very difficult decisions that you recently had to make for yourself. She's acknowledging, okay, that there are things that were incredibly difficult that you didn't think you could ever push through, but you pushed through them, all right? And this is just the start of you blossoming into a full, beautiful, whole adult, and she's so proud of you. So proud of you. And that she just walks around with her arms around you all the time. She's showing me giving you flowers now, like daisies, white daisies. I don't know if this has any significance between the two of you, but basically she's prompting you, like, when you see these, think of me, and if like you randomly stumble across them somewhere, that's a gift from me. All right? She says she's giving you gifts from beyond in any way she can. Whether this be random like money that you find, random things coming your way, random things appearing that you have no explanation for, that's her. I don't know if that makes any sense, but she's trying her hardest to make sure that she still gives you gifts from beyond. Daisies are literally my favorite flower. I'm gonna barf. Oh, no, I'm gonna, no. Wow. See, this is what I mean. I saw that. So for those of you who want to like learn, right? I saw that in my mind's eye. And I was like, I could just not say this because that's weird. But I forced myself to say it. And that's where you find the connection. Because it has nothing to do with us. It has everything to do with the two of them connecting. And that's why we are the medium. That's why we are the medium, the go-between, you know? And it never ceases to amaze me. This is not about me at all, but it still never ceases to amaze me when we connect like this and bring forth like evidence like that. It's wild. She's getting impatient and tapping her foot, which she has such loving energy, but also very fiery. I love it. I love her energy. She's spunky, and she's like, she gets that from me regarding you. She gets that from me. Okay. I'm trying to see. She just has this shirt. She keeps showing me the shirt. Do you have any of her shirts? I was Cuban, Sicilian, and German. Oh my god, wild. Okay. Very spicy. I love her energy. There's something about a shirt. It's very she keeps bringing it up, and she keeps showing it to me, so I don't know if you're going to find, like, one of her old shirts, or you're going to see a shirt that looks like this, and she's going to, like, push you to get it because it looked like the shirt that she had before. But it's like there's something to do with this shirt that is connecting you. All right. I don't know exactly. Most are in storage, but I have a t-shirt of her favorite band from the 80s. It's not that shirt. It's like a striped shirt. It's specifically striped with like a little V-neck. Like very 90s style. When you see it, you'll know. There's something about this shirt. I don't know if like years later you'll find it and be like, holy shit, because sometimes that happens, but she's just pointing out this shirt. I don't know why. Very important. Leaving you song messages. Speaking through song is going to be a way that you will be able to directly get like answers from her. If you feel like you need to like converse and can't hear her, you can ask and she'll answer in song, if that makes any sense. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Music was always important to us. Okay, yeah. It's always a big part of how we bonded. Yeah. So if you ever need to like converse with her, that is the way, she's saying. I'm just trying to see what else you have to say. I think that's mainly she wanted to get out that she wants you to know that it's not only her, but like going back generations, you have a whole team helping you, and how proud she is of you and who you're becoming, and that you've made it to this point. You could make it through anything you set your mind to. She firmly believes that you could do it. She's showing me incense. I feel like she really likes when you burn incense, like a specific type of incense. And that is when she's like, do you burn incense? I don't know. That's another way to connect. She's just showing me that. And of course, like, she sends you so much love. Honestly, I feel she's gone. She went to you. She's like with you now. So I'm gonna leave all of that with you. I hope that resonated with you. And thank you for allowing me to read for you. And thank you to her. Her favorite scent of all time was Nog Champa incense. Oh, okay, now I get why the incense is so important. Okay, so that's like a little moment. If you like burn that, she's definitely very much there with you through all of your like incense burning. And not only just that, but like however you're connecting to spirit, she's there for all of that, for sure. Have a bottle of Nog Champa oil in my jewelry box. I guess it's time to break it back out. Oh, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna leave all that with you. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. She was lovely. Thank you. The horn honking was definitely one way to get my attention. Let's see. Who else would like to come forward? I got a knock, knock, knock. Honey, I'm home type vibe coming in as a joke. Thank you. No, thank you. Seriously. You're all great, and thank you for being here, because like I said, this is really out of my comfort zone, and I really just I don't want to just stagnate in my abilities and like what I do. Like, obviously I love reading tarot for all of you, but I do want to like push myself to do more and different things, and this is something that is so out of my comfort zone, but it's going well so far, I think. There's like a honey, I'm home. Got anything else? My grandpa's just chilling. He's just like watching all this, being like, heh. I mean, I did ask my spirit team and my ancestors for help tonight, not just my guides. So I guess he took that quite literally. This is a man. Okay, this is a man for sure. Man vibes. Wearing very high-waisted pants. Doing the knock-knock. Thinking that he's very funny. Okay. Thinks he's very funny. Very much dad joke coded. Generic Clergoth, hello! Sounded like my stepdad? Okay. Well, alright, let's try to get him to get something else come through. BMF, hello, welcome. I'm glad you had a wonderful day. Alright. He poked me. Physically. Did he like somebody who liked to poke? Not sure yet, but I figured. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody, anything that, if it's resonating so far, don't hesitate to speak up. Absolutely. Can you do any strange body tricks? Not showing me that as yet, but, my Omi was a filterless woman. She was suspiciously quiet, and I felt like she had a lot to say, but your mom was like, shh. If that makes sense, maybe. I got the vibe that, like, she had so many things to say, but your mom was like, no, this is my time, sorry. So this is someone who liked to poke at you, whether this was, like, metaphorically pushing your buttons, or, like, be like, heh, heh, heh. Very much plaid shirt wearer. Brown hair? Tattoos? Not sure yet. I don't think so. This is very, like, a very traditional type of guy, is what I'm picking up. Plaid shirts, high-waisted jeans, and brown hair. Okay, alright. We're gonna, touch in with you, Riley. But anyone else who thinks that they could be connected to this person, I would listen as well. What are you doing? Is what he said. What are you doing? Worrying. I'm getting a very strong connection to this man. He said, okay, first of all, is it alright if I come to you before we just go in with what he's saying? My Omi always had something to say. My mom was always the one trying to put the lid back on. Oh my god, that's so funny. That's so funny. He said, what are you doing? You worry to the point where you make yourself sick. And he said, this is rhetorical. Okay, it's rhetorical. He hates seeing you get yourself worked up to the point where, like, you make yourself sick over worrying. Literally sick right now. Oh my god. Okay, well, he said, when I said sick, I meant sick. Like, sick, not so to speak. Sick. Okay, all right. You need to be focusing on you. Okay? Not anyone else. You. He's also relating himself to Ned Flanders. Is this something he would have done? Definitely? Okay. Okay. So that... He said, people will come and go. You have you. He was very Ned Flanders. Did he have a mustache? Because I'm getting the vibe that he did. Maybe he's just being funny, but... Yes? Okay. All right. Just like that, because that's what I saw. All right. All right. Very strong connection to this man. Beer too, but occasionally. Oh, okay. All right. He just keeps saying people come and go, and that's okay. You need to focus on yourself and the relationship you have with yourself. He didn't say the relationship you have with yourself, but I'm translating it as that he might get mad that I'm not exactly like I'm adding I'm letting you know what I'm adding, cuz just to be very transparent. The right people are out there for you, okay? He's saying to me that you're very, very concerned about other people and needing to attach to other people. He's like, I'm putting you on blast here, but the right people will connect to you, and he's orchestrating this behind the scenes. Okay, he's like, the right people will come into your life when it's the right time for them to come into your life. Right now, it needs to be focused on you because there's a lot of things going on, and there's a lot. There's been a lot put on you, okay? There's not a lot of external help going on in your life. So he is the one who has like designated it as his job to help you, because it seems like other people in your life don't want to help you who should be helping you, and there's like a lot of rage there. He's very angry that there are people in your life that don't help you. He's angry. And he's like, they'll get their juice. Don't worry about them, okay? Trust me. He's like, they are living the life they deserve. But it still makes him angry that no one is there to help you. So he's taking on that job to help you, okay? From behind the scenes. He's orchestrating things. A lot of times when things show up for you, when you need it, that's him doing his best, okay? He's like, there might be guides involved. Guides, sure. The big things, that's me. He wants all full credit for that. Completely. Oh, Juicy Nala, if you're looking to donate for a mediumship reading, I'm kind of doing like an open floor type vibe and like letting the people come to me. I'm not sure if I can connect directly with people quite yet. So just letting you know if you're looking for that. I'm trying to just see what comes in. Because I'm not sure I'm on that level yet. So I would like feel really weird taking people's money. Like, to do that if I can't get anything, you know what I mean? He's dead or stepping up to the plate. Yeah, he's there for you. You want to support no matter what? That's totally up to you. Totally up to you. I'm really not sure if I can connect directly. We'll see if that's what you choose to do. He was getting very impatient. It doesn't matter where you are, where you're going, where you're gonna end up. He'll always be there. All right? He's showing me a baseball bat, like playing baseball. Not like baseball bat like I'm gonna fight, but like... Did he like baseball? I'm getting the sense he wants you to play baseball or softball or something. Here's a signed baseball that I put in his army jacket. Oh, okay. All right, well, he likes that, but also I'm getting the sense he wants you to play baseball. Is that something he would tell you to do? Because he's telling you to do it now. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Seriously, thank you. That means the world to me. I did play softball once. He said, maybe try that again. It'll get you connected outside, get the blood pumping. Just some food for thought. The future may be uncertain for you, is what he's saying. In your eyes. He's like, in my eyes, not so much. But the future might be uncertain to you and be scary. Don't worry yourself to being sick. Okay, he's doing his best to make sure that it all works out for you and that you wind up where you're meant to be. Things might feel really difficult at the moment. But he was like, it's you and me. It's you and me. You and me, bud. He said, I'm just going to go stand and look smug in the corner now. If that's all right with you. But he really wants you to know that if you ever doubt that he's not there for you, you'll have a little chat. Okay? And just know, he really wants you to know that the people who abandoned you, who made you feel small, they'll get the life they deserve for themselves. He insisted on me putting the trans flag behind his altar because he wants to support me even in death. That's so sweet. Yeah, I got the vibe that he's like very accepting, that it doesn't matter like who you are, what you decide to do with your life, unless you become a murderer, he said. He'll support you. Unless you become a murderer. He said, it doesn't matter what you are to me. We're all just energy at this point. He's learned that on the other side, but even in life, I feel like he would have felt like this, so. All you have to do is not murder people, yeah. And then he's like, the things that are falling off the wall all the time, that's me, okay? He's like, but you already know that, don't you? Sure do, yep. He just wants you to make sure this is why he's very smug. He's very, very smug right now because he knows you know all of this. He just wanted an external source to say it through. So you, without a doubt, knew. Just because is what you say. Just because. So he said he's going to stand and be smug in the corner, and I'll leave that one with you. And thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. And thank you, Cliff. Thank you. He said, didn't put that $5 didn't go to waste, did it? That's what he said. Made sure I got to the front of the line. That's what he said. That's alright. You will absolutely still get a reading on top of that. A tarot reading. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. My stepdad living just Ned Flanders over here. my god. He's cool. He is cool. I loved his vibe. Thank you. Thank you. Great guy. Great guy. That guy. Alright, Juicy Nala. I'm getting someone coming in for you because they're calling you by your name. I don't know if you want me to say your name in chat or on stream. In chat. On stream. But they were like, they said your name. Who we got coming through? Can you give me some info? He's rad and played epic air guitar. I can see that. Did the video go out for everyone else? Wait, did it really? Alright, let me know when you're here. I mean, if you can still hear me then. Whoa! That's wild. I can hear you? Okay, whoa. That's wild. That's crazy. Oh my god. Well, you don't need to see me to get a reading, right? It's just my mug. You don't need to see me. I'm getting the vibe of a lady. It's like a someone who is like a teacher to you. Does that make any sense? Do you have like a teacher who would have passed on? Also, a man coming through for sure, like a younger male. Like tall? Was he tall? This lady is here too. She's giving very like grounded like art teacher vibes. Even if she wasn't an art teacher. She's just like got that vibe. Is she related to me? She's saying she would have been like an aunt like figure to you. Does that make sense? Not who I expected. It's never who you expect, is what she said. I feel. Did she wants to talk? Okay, so we'll let her talk. We'll come back to you, sir. I promise. Would she have been open to this in life? Because I'm getting the vibe that she would have been, if you know who this is. This person would have been open to this in life and is very happy that you're pursuing this in life as well. Whoever this figure is to you. I'm from Minnesota. Laundry, hello, welcome. Oh, got you. Okay, I was like, are you saying that no one in Minnesota likes this stuff? Oh my god, I don't know where to. Okay. Okay, I was like so confused for a second. I was like, wait, what? She's like, don't doubt your own path forward. Okay, a lot of the times she is okay. Cackling that it's the black screen, yeah. She is very confident that you know the way forward and that you don't really need any guidance. Okay, she was like, she really wants you to trust yourself more. She's like, she's telling me you didn't really have like super close relationship during her life. Okay, like maybe you met like a few times, but you wouldn't have been like super close. However, on the other side, she watches you a lot because she feels very connected to you, even though in life maybe you weren't super close. She thinks you're incredible, basically. The amount of fortitude and wherewithal you have. She's like, she have a symbol? She's got like, I'm not picking up on that specifically, and this is why I'm very much like an amateur still doing this, but she's got like a lot of jewelry on. Does that make sense? She just keeps showing me her like with a shit ton of jewelry on. Is there a cue or is it we're just doing like open types of vibes reading. So I'm just saying like who I get, and if you relate to it, let me know. But right now we're doing a reading for Juicy Nala specifically. Greta and Carol. Would she pass before I was born? Okay, so that makes sense why she's saying you wouldn't have been like known it, like been close at all during this life. So that makes sense. Okay, sometimes people just like choose to become close to you even if you never met. So that makes sense. She loves the spiritual side that you're on. Okay, she loves that you have connected with something bigger out there. She just keeps reiterating this, like bigger out there than you, and that you are constantly concerned about like the greater good, whether you feel that way or not. She is saying this is very admirable about you, and she is constantly pushing you in a direction that supports this side of you. Does that make sense? She's like, she's your number one cheerleader for your spiritual journey as far as people on the other side who are on your spirit team outside of your Salt Lady guide. She's very giving lady and artsy and all that. Yeah. Okay. She's totally, yeah. She's supporting your journey. She's like she's the one pushing you down. This like spiritual journey. She keeps pushing you, she's like, get a talisman that you feel connected to, whether that's like a certain necklace, a ring, something that you can connect to and like put like enchant almost as a way. You have one? Okay, well she's like, okay, she's so for that is a direct connection to her. Okay, you can connect to her very easily. She is, that's wild. Okay, because I was like, talisman, like where is this going? I don't know. That's wild. There's something very important about that between her and you, and I feel like is the key to something. She's kind of like being very cryptic, and she talks like this. She's like, as she's relaying information, she does this a lot with her hands, like specifically like this motion, like talking, like very like whimsical vibes. Oh, that's right, you can't see me. Thanks. She moves her hands in a certain way that's like very whimsical when she talks to me, so you know. I'm so sorry that you can't see me. And I just feel like she wants you to know that she's there. That's really the whole purpose of her coming forward, because like you weren't close, like you never had a direct connection. She just wants you to know that she's there on your spirit team, rooting for you, rooting for your spiritual journey, and like supportive, very supportive of you, very proud of you, very proud of like how much you have thrived throughout all the hardships in your life. And she she loves being part of your team, right? We also have this other, she was very close with my mom. Oh, that makes so much sense. She's also like, I check in with her. There's something to do with like drinking coffee together, like, or tea or something. With your mom. She's pointing that out. She's like, hold up, I need to get that out. So I don't know if there's just something going on there with that. That's all she's very like curt. She's very like, this is what I have to say, that's it. But she really wants you to know that this man that I have here, who's like tall, younger, he just said, you know what I have to say. I don't, you know why I'm here. I'm just here. And I'm all right, is what he's saying. He really wants you to know that he's all right. And that your time together that was spent on the earth is something that will impact him forever. His soul has irrevocably changed. And that if you think life is hard without him there, that's just temporary. It's kind of like what I said with me. I don't think you were here when I was doing Mavis's reading, but obviously there's no rush on that. Nobody brings that up, that like one day you'll be together again and like be able to catch up and have time. Like they're wishing death on you. Like they're not saying like tomorrow. They just want you to know, he just wants you to know that one day you'll have all the time in the world to catch up, and that right now you gotta like focus on you, and he just wants you to know that he's okay. Like he's fine. He's learning a lot. He's off doing things. He said he's like on the backs of motorcycles riding. Does that make any, like, I don't know if he liked motorcycles during his life, but he's enjoying it now. He said if you ever doubt he's around, his ashes are all around the world. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. If you ever doubt that he is ever around and always rooting for you, when your hands get hot, that's him. That's what he's saying. Let me get it. You should not doubt yourself ever. I just want to be very straightforward and be like, hey, I'm unsure if I could get anything, so I don't want you to pay in case like I don't get anything. And this is really my first attempt at like doing mediumship en masse. Because Riley asked a while ago if I could make like a mediumship session for my shop, and I needed to do this first in order to know if I could, so I would feel comfortable doing it now. But like I just like, I would have felt weird, so I super respect it, but that is like so spot on. Thank you for believing in me when I don't believe in me. Like seriously, all that goes for all of chat. You all believed in me and like hyped me up to do this, so I appreciate all of you. And like I said, this is super out of my comfort zone, but I'm so glad that I'm doing it. He's like, hey, I'm not done. Oh, thank you. was like, no. He just wants you to know that he loves you and will always be with you, and that's basically it. And he was like, he was like, he's saying you didn't need me to do this for you. He understands why you would, but like, you don't ever need me to connect with him, and that he's always there. I just miss him. He was like, well, I'm here and I'm always here. And I understand like why you would. I think he understands too, but he's kind of like, why I'm always there. And he's like, do you dream about him at all? Because if you do, that's definitely him actually connecting to you. And he's like, and don't doubt that, okay? If I ever show up there, that's me. Lurking amazed. Thank you for being here. Lurking, crying along. That's how good. Oh my god, stop. Y'all are so sweet. I'm back with some tea. Oh, some tea? What kind of tea? Tea or tea? I have goosebumps feelings. Oh my god. Literally dreamed about him for the first time in months this Tuesday and cried about it my entire therapy appointment Friday. What? He made sure to point that out. He was like, no, we're not ending this until I bring this up. Juniper mint tea. Ooh, that sounds so good. Oh my god. That's crazy. I'm having such a good time with this. I feel like we should do this like once a month. Just have like the open session, because how I look at it is mediums do this at Lilydale, you know, all season, and it's part of like their duty is to like have an open forum they feel like to share their gift outside of like the private readings that they do. So I could totally do it once a month. It's fun. Open session is better too. That's how, like, when I used to go there and watch the mediums do their work, I didn't understand why some people started open and like narrowed it down, or some people went directly to people. But I understand now. He's still here, just vibing. He's very patient, actually. He said, it's something I've learned. Was he not patient in life? Because he's like, I've learned this. He's got beautiful energy. Seems like a very calming presence. I feel like I'm reading him now. I feel like I'm telling him like, no, you are calming. See, the afterlife can't heal our insecurities. Oh. He's got very nice energy. I appreciate him touching in with me and trusting me enough to read this. Took his life about 2 years ago, and I believe he was given the choice after to spend time learning big things and working with people personally. He left up. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, him saying he is learning, I think he is. I'm so sorry. He said he's not sorry for how it ended up, but he is very sorry for the reverberations of his choices. He's my bestie and everything we've done since he passed has been really amazing. He's doing really big things with his energies these days. I feel that. I feel that. I feel like your aunt came through first because she was like, I need to come through because his presence is just so strongly connected to yours that like it'll always be there if someone tries to tap into your energy. Like he's always there. So she was like, I need to get in now. Suddenly your video came back. That's how you can't make this shit up, my man. That is some wild shit. What? What? Damn. Wish I had screen recorded. Well, don't you worry. This is definitely going to be a VOD. I'm getting back into VOD uploads again, so oh, you mean for you? Yeah, I will take your word for it. I believe you. I believe you. But this will be a VOD too if you want to ever come back and visit this. Well, we're back into VODs in 2024. That's crazy, right? Yeah, I'm going to leave that with you. And thank you for allowing me to read for you. Thank you for the $10. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And thank you for trusting me. Always. Thank you. Return from game night. We're doing mediumship tonight. We are, Ezran. Hello. I hope you had a good night. I hope you had a good night too, Rebecca, at your game night. Because I just remembered you were doing that too, right? Alright, I think I'm going to do one or two more. Just got to see who comes through. It was good? Good. Turned on your screen and kept hearing a high-pitched noise. But I'm the only one who can hear it. That's so weird. Oh my gosh, stop! Thank you so much for gifting 5 subs to the community. Cool, Matt. Oh my god. Okay. What's something we should do for hitting the 122 sub goal? Thank you. What the heck? If you're here and just got gifted a sub by Juicy Nella, please say thank you. What's something fun we could do for 122? I definitely will have to think about it. Should we do another past life stream for hitting the sub goal? Because a bunch of people are asking for that. Should I have a tea party? That's what we should do. We should do tea leaf reading party. Should we do that? Because I'm going to do past life anyway. Like that was already on the docket. So tea leaf reading stream could be a special sub goal stream. Because I have the tea leaf reading cup that I never use. My mom got it for me for Christmas a few years ago, and I've been meaning to do it, and now we have a nice hand cam that can pick it up, so we should do that. Okay. Love that? Okay. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much for getting us to the sub goal. Sub goal tea leaf reading stream. So fun. So fun. We'll do past life streams soon. Anyway. I'm so... right? Okay, I'm getting very firmly a very stern, sassy lady, like bursting the door open. Okay, like she like kicked the door open and she's like, I'm here. She interrupted this. We interrupt this. She's also standing like with her arms crossed like this. I feel like this woman would have taken absolutely no shit in life. But she also was someone's biggest protector. Biggest protector in life. I'm getting more info. We're getting more. Also, in a couple weeks, we're gonna do a Valentine's Day love reading stream. So that's exciting. Someone's grandma. I definitely get, yeah, grandmother vibes for sure. I'm trying to get more information. This woman would have lived to be a very long life. I feel like she lived a very long life. She would have lived into like her 80s and 90s. She's showing me though her in her like 60s. I feel like this is when she felt like she was in the prime of her life, and that might sound funny, but it's because this was the most time that she spent with you, was in her 60s. All my single ladies, all my single, put your hands up. Yeah, absolutely, potato. But I feel like you were right there with her until the end. But this is someone you were very close to. Just, is this resonating with anyone? Red nails by chance? She didn't show me that, but let me see if I can get more info. '98? Whoa. This person would have like raised you, I feel like, or at least been she would have been a very strong influence in your younger years, especially like around age 10 is the vibes. That's the sassy one's made my grandma. I want to hug, but sounds like my nanny. Well, if it is for you, I'll see if we can get someone else. If it is, let me see if, not that I don't want to give you another reading, it's just that I would like to give like as many people a chance as I can. But I'm gonna try to get more info from this lady. She's just like saying my baby over and over. She's also showing me combing hair, like brushing hair and like braiding hair. Does this make any sense? You think about what she looks like? No, she's not giving me that at all. Sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. It just depends on their comfort level, to me anyway, or unless I'm just not good enough at this. That also could be that. That I can't do it every single time. She's really showing me how she took care of you, not anything about herself. So this lady would have only been concerned about other people's well-being rather than herself, to the point where like she's not giving me anything about herself. She's giving me just like shit about you. She also didn't like me using that word. Shit. Sorry. She's also showing me her in a hospital bed, and when I say her in a hospital bed, like she's not showing me like her, she's just like in a hospital bed. I feel like she would have had trouble breathing, especially towards the end. But like always She's struggling with breathing at the end. My grandma lived in the same building as me, and helped me raise my sisters and I when my dad passed when I was 11. Oh, okay. So long or anything. The real stuff should take place soon. I gotta do a little sit with my dude before bed and going to work, but once again, thank you so much for being you and sharing. Oh, stop. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything, Juicy Nelly. Have a wonderful night. Does she want you to say sugar instead of shit? She just did not like shit at all. She could have. It sounded like a bunch of people are resonating with this being their grandma. So I'm just gonna get as much info as I can from her. And anyone who is like feeling like this could belong to you, just like take it. And I feel like you'll know if it's your grandma or not as we progress. How does that sound? Since she is insisting on coming through. However, she is not giving me a lot of details, which signifies to me that maybe also she was a very private person in life as well. Like, I feel like she would have taken care of you and you would have known almost nothing about her life, right? Like, my grandma loved to talk about herself. I know too much about her. I actually don't, because she only talked when she felt like it, but like, she still loved to talk about herself. But this lady would have not talked about herself at all. It would have only been about like, you, how are you doing? Like, what's going on with you? What's going on with the family? What's going on here. She would have been a very private person. Alessio, hello. Now that sounds like my grandma. Oh. Did this grandma speak another language ever? I feel like we could be narrowing it down with that. I feel like she spoke another language at some point. My grandma did? Okay. Okay. Italian? Okay. Not that I know. Okay. Possibly for mine. Okay. So there's 3 still resonating with this. Okay, let's get some more information. Yeah, I definitely feel like she's very private. Okay, I think I'm with you, Nick Scars, because I'm getting a lot of like, because I'm Italian, so that she's like, oh, that's something we can connect on. I'm getting like Nona and sauces coming through. And like her holding a wooden spoon. Did she ever like come in like holding a wooden spoon up, like threatening violence, but she wouldn't like actually do anything? But when she would get mad, she'd like hold it up. I'm getting that vibe from this woman. Very much so. Okay, definitely with you then. Okay, we have narrowed it down. Is it alright if we proceed farther with her? Of course. Okay. All right. Well, first of all, she wants you to channel that energy into your life. Okay. She wants you to take the metaphorical wooden spoon. Anyone who also, though, I would listen if you got down to like the final 3 or even less, and you just like, I would still take this message and take whatever you can from it, because a lot of times, like I say when we do the individual tarot readings, the messages will piggyback. So, and that's happened to me before. Like, I've listened to someone else's reading and I was like one of the final 2, and it definitely like resonated with me as well. So I would still listen. Jenny, hi! So nice to see you here. Hope you've been doing well. She wants you to take that wooden spoon to your life. Okay. Gonna have to head off, friends. Very sleepy. Good night, Tess. Happy birthday as well. I hope you have a wonderful day. Happy early birthday. Behave or I'll send you outside. Threatening violence to your life? Yeah. She's like, the people around you, okay, when they test you, they need to be whipped into shape. All right, take the wooden spoon to your life. I'm getting the feeling like she thinks anyway. There's a lot of people in your life that have taken advantage of you over the years and have wanted a lot from you. And she's like, no. She's like, as much as I would like to put the blame entirely on these people, also a little she how she put it, I'm trying to like put it into words because she kind of just like put it in my brain. As much as it is, you know, like, yes, you could have better boundaries sometimes, but these people, she's speaking in Italian now. I don't think she's calling them very nice names in Italian. You don't deserve that. Is any of this resonating? Can I head to bed? I've been enjoying listening. Super cool readings. Thank you so much. Get some great rest. You have no idea? Okay, okay. Alright. I'm glad this is resonating. Alright, I can understand. She's like, oh yeah. She's like, oh yeah. There's a great... She's like, I don't bring up the violence lightly, okay? She's like, I'm on the other side now. We don't encourage people to threaten violence, but, like, I am ready to enact violence, basically, is what she's saying. She's like, I'm having a great time on the other side. Don't worry about me, okay? Don't worry about me. Especially at the end there, if it got very difficult, she's like, I'm fine. I'm fine. She's still being your grandma on the other side as well, though. She wants to make sure she sees all that's going on. She's seen how things have played out in your life, and she is there to try to help you. Do things in your kitchen move by themselves sometimes? Because I feel like she's in the kitchen still doing things. Moving around pots and pans, and she has very strong opinions about it. My great grandma does this to me all the time too. So I feel like she connected with me because sometimes they try to find ways to connect with you that make sense. Also, Jenna, hello. So it makes sense that she would be like, oh, here's our in. I've had a very hard time keeping boundaries with my younger sisters and having them step up. Oh, okay, all right. So she's in the kitchen. Okay, she's still trying to make you a meal from the afterlife. I feel like in the afterlife, she's still trying to make you food and feed you, comfort you. She's also like, sweep those floors. Sweep the floors. Change up the energy in the house. Sweep the floors. Okay, but don't sweep over your feet. Just making sure to say. Sorry, didn't want to wrap. You're totally fine. You're good. She always is in the kitchen, ruling the roost. The whole arms crossed, waving the spoon and shouting, "Oh my God!" It's wild that we got all that. Yeah. So if things move around in your kitchen, that's definitely her, and she wants you to know that she's on your side. Okay. Not that she doesn't. I had the feeling this was a family issue just based on what she was talking about, so it makes sense what you said. She is on your side here, but she also checks in with the other people. I got the sense that she was very connected to them as well and tries to get them to do the right thing, but you can't make someone do the right thing if they don't want to do the right thing. So just set boundaries where you can, and she's like acknowledging that it's hard, but she's also showing me that wooden spoon. Sometimes you need to threaten them with the wooden spoon. Like, she's like, did I actually enact it? She's like, did it's the threat. Okay, it's the threat. It's the threat that puts them in their place. And she's like, I like your cards. To you. She likes the cards. She likes that you do all that. Okay, she likes that you connect that way. She likes your whole spiritual practice. Because she likes how that connects you to, she's saying, like, I don't know how how do I put this? She likes the connection that it gives you. That's all I can really say. She's saying a lot. I feel like she channels my youngest sister to go the other one into stepping up. I feel like she definitely is a pusher. She's pushing them for sure. But while she's pushing them, she's not pushing you. Does that make sense? She's telling me that she's there to be your source of strength, to hold you up, to get you to keep going, and to protect you from them when need be, while she's pushing them. She's a busy lady. Okay, she's got a lot she's taking care of. She's also telling me that if there are other family members, I don't know which ones in particular, but other family members are with the rest of your family. And she has kind of like taken to you specifically to watch over. So she's talking about the sauce. She's like, make some good sauce for yourself at some point. The way your Italian accent came out for a second, you can definitely tell. You can tell she's definitely doing. Oh yeah. I can feel it. Something I often wondered, because I have to hide so much of my practice. No, she's on board with that. She on the other side loves it, because to her, it reminds her of like where she came from religious wise, but like in a different font. And it's so funny that she's saying that, because my Italian great grandma said the same thing to me about it, where like, because my great grandma had like an altar, but she was like super religious. But she said that she liked my practice because it was just like what she did in a different font, so to speak. So it's very funny that she's saying this about your practice as well. She really likes it. We literally made her homemade meatballs and sauce tonight. Okay, she's loving that. She specifically she pointed that out. Keep doing that. She was like, I'll always be there. I'll always be there, especially when you make the sauce. She's always going to be there for you. Always going to be giving you strength. And when you feel depleted, you can like lean. She said lean your head on her shoulder. Okay? She'll carry you through all of this. And she wants you to know that she's definitely still in the kitchen. Always watching over you. And that it's all, despite how it feels right now, it's all going to be okay. You're going to find your path. You're going to thrive. As you said, you're going to look back on where you are now and can't believe where you're going to be one day. And she's going to be there for you in every step of that way. She's very certain about this. And that, she said in 3 to 4 months, there's a big thing going to happen that's going to like turn your life for the better. So she said 3 to 4 months. Look out for that in particular. I like when they give me info like that I can pass on to you, because I'm making it feel like, I'm like, ooh, yay. I can tell you something. But yeah, I think that's really, she just really wants you to know that she's there and rooting for you, and that, the threat Because sometimes it needs to be made. Like she used to. She's already like on her way back to you. I can totally feel that. So I'm gonna leave that with you. And she was, I loved her energy. Loved her energy. She definitely had so much love in her heart. But was also just like feisty. I don't know. I liked her energy. Despite being spicy, she sounds so sweet, right? It's absolutely amazing. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. And thank you to your feisty grandma. I loved her. All of a sudden, I just got super hungry. So I think that was probably going to be my last one for the night. Depending on how I feel Tuesday, I might do this on Tuesday again. I thought that I wouldn't do this the whole stream, but we did. So I thought I would have to make it 2 parts. But look at us. Look at us. I'll figure out what we're doing for Tuesday if we're going to open this up again. Or what. But yeah, now we definitely got to do a tea leaf reading stream. And we definitely got to make this more of a regular thing because I liked doing this. And I definitely want to give back to all of you because for Spirit Guide July, I know I didn't make it through the whole queue. And I know I still have that queue saved. So I can definitely get through that at some point. This past year was just really hard for me. And I just don't know what happened there. I do feel like we still did a really good Spirit Guide July, but I'm trying to figure out a better month that works better for me because I think it's really hard for me to do that in the month of July. So maybe we'll do it. I was thinking about doing it in January and then I got sick. So, you know, that didn't work out. But we'll figure it out. I'll rework it. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out a way to get back to you more. And then this would be a great thing for us to do more. So maybe we'll do this again on Tuesday. Not sure. But I wanted to pull some cards with you before we go. Just for vibe's sake. This was honestly incredible. And thank you for allowing me to like open up like this and try something new and for trusting me. I hope that the basics that I said in the beginning helped all of you. This was wild, honestly. But let's pull cards, okay? I'm gonna pull 4 cards from the moon deck, and you can pick a number 1 through 4. And we'll see what card corresponds to your number. Spirit Guide July was incredible for me. Okay, I'm glad to hear. I know I didn't make it through the whole queue, and I have still, like, it keeps me up at night sometimes that I didn't get through to everybody. So I feel really bad about it. So I'm trying to make sure that 2024 we really just, I give back as much as possible to the community. And I make sure I don't forget to post the hierarchy of spirit in Discord, like I said I was going to. This was lovely. I would love if you did it again. I want to do it again. Like, this has really motivated me. I was like, I need to do this again. Like, I don't want to stop, but I know that I should stop here. Like, my body is telling me that I should stop here. But if it was up to me, I would keep going all night. It's so fun, and I am enjoying it so much. And connecting with all of you like this is really, really amazing. I learned so much. Thank you for this. I'm so glad. This is fascinating. Lurked most was packing for a trip. Oh my god, I hope you have so much fun on your trip. Really appreciate you in these streams. Oh, Brookie, that's so nice. As soon as you said you felt hungry, I immediately thought, well, that's probably my grandfather right there. Oh my gosh. I just love that we started off this stream, though, with my grandpa coming in and, like, bringing someone forward. I think that is really makes me want to cry. That was, like, so sweet, especially because, like I said, when I went to Lilydale and had a medium read for me, he was, like, so excited that I do this. Like, she was like, you have a bunch of people around you? Do you have a bunch of people around you? Like, do you, like, talk to them? Do you, like, teach them things? Like, through, like, spirit and, like, spirituality? And I had to be like, yeah, I live stream on Twitch. And she was like, oh, that's really cool. And then he's like, yeah, he's saying, like, the community is amazing. And you have brought together, like, this group of people that are just so amazing and want to make good impacts on this world, and that he's just like, he brought it up and like how blown away he was by all of you, not just me, and that we're like all gathering together. So the fact that we started this stream and he came through first, like, it makes me want to cry. It's so sweet. Should be proud of what you've done. Brie, thank you. It's really nice. I could honestly see your grandpa pull Mary forward. We would do that to pull her forward to do stuff with us. No, stop. Loving Loud Song. Loud Song. It's funny too because my grandpa died when I was 8. And I do remember him very vividly, and I do remember spending time with him, but he had Alzheimer's, so I really didn't get to know him a lot, and he was kind of a mean, hard ass, especially to my mom growing up. Like, he was kind of abusive, so to see what being truly on the other side does to a soul through him is kind of wild. Like, you really do learn and reflect on the other side. Literally grab her arms and pull her with us. Oh, that's so sweet. What is your schedule right now? I want to clear my schedule to come visit again. We stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday currently. But on Monday, I'm going to be doing a special co-work stream as long as my body says okay. Because living life with chronic illness has made it so hard to stick to a fucking schedule. Like, I was going to do it Friday, but Monday, aiming for the co-work stream. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday. Tuesday stream will be earlier than I have been going live. I've only been going live later because Brian's been sick, but I shared that day with Brian, so I have to go live earlier on Tuesdays normally. Also chronically ill, another feeling. Yeah, chronically ill people here. See you. Sending you so much love. We're in this together. Wish that works out for my maternal grandma. She was awful. I can guarantee she's reflecting on that now. I'm so sorry she was awful. Kimmy thought... Why did it sound like I said kidney? Kid me. Thought Alzheimer's was old-timers. Randomly thought of that. Oh my god. We here. We're doing our best. Sometimes that's all we can do. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. One time when we went to Lilydale, my mom got read by a medium, and my grandpa said to her that he knows he was a bad dad, and that it was because he had so much anxiety from work and work stress because he worked at a printing company that like did the printing for a lot of like books. I have a ton of the books. You know that really famous Norman Mailer Marilyn Monroe book. I'm dating myself here with that. But his company printed that book and like a lot of other books. And he like ran a whole department. I have his business card on my altar actually. So he had a lot of work stress, and he acknowledged that he was like not a very good dad because of that. And he was like, basically like, there's no excuse for like why he was like that, but he knows that he like fucked up, basically. Yeah. Then he told my mom to buy the camper that she wanted to buy and travel the country, and my mom still hasn't done that. Not to call you out, Mom. But you know, it just goes to show you that your loved ones, what they think you should do is not always what you actually want to do. You know, he's like, oh, I think you should do this. Maybe she doesn't want to do that. I don't know. It's better to know now than never, whether in life or the next, right? Yeah, and that first medium that told me that I needed to be a medium, he also connected in a small session with a woman randomly that we were with, that to her mom, who was like very, very awful to her. And her mom, the first thing her mom said was like, I know I fucked up, I was awful, was the first thing her mom said to her through him. So I'm glad they do learn something. A lot of the times, a lot of different mediums will tell you this, is that someone will pass to the other side. They need time to reflect in time, in linear time, how we're experiencing it, because they don't experience it the same way as we do. They need time to process all the shit that they did wrong, really sit with it, and then if they haven't learned enough, they come back again to learn more. So, if someone was shitty in life, you can almost guarantee that they will be put on this human hellfire of a planet and learn again. That sounds amazing in theory. Yeah, in theory. They always think they know best. Anyway, you know? They think they know what's best for you. Okay. Let's see. Card number 1. What do we got? Whoops. This one wants to join the party, so I guess we're doing 5. The 5th card will be for everyone. How's that? A collective card for everybody. Okay, card number 1 is first quarter moon in Capricorn. Unleash your kindest self. Be kind to those around you. But most importantly, be kind to yourself. You are so kind to other people. I see it in chat. All of you in chat, you're so kind to each other. Why don't you take that kindness and turn it towards yourself? All right? You need to be doing that. You need to be doing that. The full moon in Leo. We just had the full moon in Leo. And I know we're at the moon's in Virgo now. But we still feel the effects of that until like around tomorrow. Leo rules the heart. And also, Leo rules this year's tarot card, which is all about the heart, connecting to the heart, connecting to compassion. It's a good time to work on your own compassion for yourself. Literally rolled my dice to see which card I should choose, and it gave me 5, but there wasn't a 5. Well, look at that. That's wild, Laundry. Oh my god. Okay. All right, card number 2. Card number 2 is full moon in Capricorn. So much Capricorn energy here. Hello. Full moon in Capricorn. Take a reality check. Got your head in the clouds a little bit right now? Are you easily losing the plot of what you need to be doing? Are you having trouble staying focused? It's time to just focus on the here and now and what you need to be doing right now in your day-to-day life. I know that sucks, but there she is. Camera goes out of focus. They love to be so on the nose, don't they? Why are they like this? Why are they like this? Okay, card number 3. You have been summoned. The triple Capricorn has been summoned. If any picked that one? Oh my god, that's wild. Okay, card number 3. Last quarter moon in Sagittarius, practice gratitude. That's a nice straightforward one. Practice some gratitude. What are you grateful for in the moment? Could even be something small. Like, for me, it's always when I make my coffee perfect in the morning. I know that's so millennial of me, but whenever I get the perfect cup of coffee, it makes me so grateful for like life, how I got here, where I'm going. It really puts things all in focus for me. Also, I love the color palette of this card. Just like a nice sunset is a great reminder of why it's so great to be here. Thankful for all the people who have allowed me to be in their place, especially chosen families like you. That's so nice. That's so nice of you to say. Tonight has been so nice. Like, thank you all. I can't reiterate enough. Thank you all for like trusting me and wanting to hit the mediumship sub goals in the first place, because you trust me enough to do this. Like I said a million times the stream, it really was so far out of my comfort zone, and I just needed to do this, I think, to prove to myself that like I can be doing this more, and I should be doing this more. Because for so long I really was like, I don't want to do mediumship in the traditional way, like I don't want to, but I feel like I'm at the point in my journey here where I'm ready and I can do it. So I want to learn more and grow more and always learn more, because I don't believe in stagnating, especially in your craft, like your job, unless you hate your job. I mean, you get what I mean. Okay, I hope you get what I mean. You taught an entire generation of witches and psychics and sent us all further on our spiritual journeys. Oh my gosh, stop. Thank you. My life hasn't been particularly bad. It's just been monotonous. It's easy to forget about the great things. It really is when you get caught up in like the day-to-day. I get it. But I'm trying to do that more in 2024 to practice gratitude more. Okay, card number 4 is relax. New moon in Cancer. Relax. You deserve it. Take a deep look at this card. It's so beautiful. Take a deep breath. Relax. Exhale. Do something that brings you comfort. But I can't. Someone said in 4 to 5 business days you can. What does that mean? Excuse me? Excuse me? What is my phone doing? I was trying to look at something real quick. Somebody that's on 9 to 5 time. That's true. Teaching the little witches. Oh my god. Am I picking be nice to yourself and relax cards? Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like the fact that you're doing it long distance over the internet is even more impressive, especially with how accurate the readings were. Oh my god, thank you. Yeah, some people believe that you can't without knowing someone's name or connecting to their face. But I've never struggled with that. Energy is energy, and I have a connection to you because you are actually talking to me. Like you are talking to me, even if it's just over text. That's an energetic connection we're forming by speaking to each other like that. And so in that way, I've never had a problem connecting. Sometimes I find it difficult to connect when someone orders a reading and I'm just going in without knowing anything, not having live feedback, but that's more of my own insecurity of not having live feedback, because I always do eventually connect because we formed an energetic connection over email or whatever. But I just think that is a very old school belief that's very limiting in human terms, because energy, we'll never understand it. We only think we understand, and obviously everything we've learned and documented has been just pattern recognition and like evidence-based, but it's still within the confines of like a human understanding of it. An energetic link is an energetic link, and like I don't understand how that works, but we still are connecting, so I'm not going to question it. Chad definitely has a vibe. Oh, totally. I used to think that, and then I started doing tarot on stream, and it's wild how accurate some of the readings are. Right? Right? It's still a connection for sure. Okay, and then the last card for everybody here. Oh my god! Do you want to know what the card is for everybody that insisted on joining the party? Full moon in Leo. Okay. Leo needing to make itself known because we just ended the full moon in Leo hours ago. Okay? Mere hours ago. Like 11 hours ago. And we're still feeling it a little bit, honestly. You feel it for 72 full hours, and it hasn't been 72 full hours yet. So the moon may not be in Leo anymore, but we're still feeling it. But wait, there's more, right? Should have said it that we were going to get the Leo moon card. Hey, I believe you. Leo being the moment as usual. As usual. That's why there's so few people I really trust the way I do with you when it comes to this stuff. You always give such accurate readings. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, go wild. Okay. I wrote about it on the Ko-fi blog, which I need to make a command for that. Because I'm going to update it at least once a week now for everybody. Like, I'm going to do a blog post once a week. I have been doing one for the past few weeks, once a week, about like what's going on. But I did write about the full moon in Leo on the Ko-fi for everybody to access if you didn't see that already. So it goes over kind of like the vibe. But basically, go wild, have fun, bring some levity for you, like connect to your heart. What is your heart telling you? Follow your heart. Okay, Leos have the reputation for being fiery and just like following their heart. Tap into that energy. I don't always do that as a Leo moon and rising, but I try. Go wild. Have some fun. Let's have some fun. This beat is sick. That's the vibe. That song. Okay. So those are our cards. I'm going to try to do a reading. I will do a reading off camera for the week ahead. So that will go up on Monday as usual. It's just we didn't do it on stream. So I'll record that tomorrow probably and get that up. But it will be up on Monday for everybody. I'll make sure to update you in the Discord about that. Sorry we couldn't do that on stream. It's just we had a special stream to do tonight. And thank you all again. Just like thank you. Thank you for believing in me. Like I said, thank you for allowing me to do such cool things like this. I genuinely am so grateful for this community and for everything I've been able to do as a spiritual like witchy creator and connect with you. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to call this my job, and I'm so grateful that you all choose to spend time here. You're all wonderful. Even my grandpa on the other side notices how wonderful you are. I just can't thank you enough. You're all so wonderful. I will see you here again Monday. Cross our fingers for our co-work stream. We're just gonna hang out. I have so much to do in my moon planner and my many moons planner. So I'm gonna do that on stream, and then you can just show up and do whatever work that you need to do. We'll have some chill music and vibe, but then we'll be back Tuesday with more readings of what kind. I'm not sure yet, but we'll do some readings. Tarot, otherwise, who knows? We'll be back here doing the regular spiritual content Tuesday, but we'll have a fun co-work stream on Monday. And take care of yourselves. Thank you for the lovely and informative stream today. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you all for the kind words. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for everything. Genuinely. I will see you all again very, very soon. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Take care of yourself. And much, much love to all of you. Thank you. Bye.